want to hear me having gay sex?
Yes.
Okay. I guess the boys got this when I was doing my cousin Brucey impression or
I
something.
often imagine you having gay sex. I want to see if it's matching.
I never really thought about myself having gay sex, but now, now that I've heard it, I'm very good at it.
You might actually do it. Sounds interesting.
I really get off on this guy. Here we are. Here I am with the gay sex line. Eventually, I morph into cousin Brucey.
Hey, stud, what's your name?
Oh, yeah. What are you doing?
My cock's really hard, and I want you to fuck me in the ass.
Oh, yes. I'm big and naked and thick, and I have a huge Adam's apple and a big Jew nose.
Oh, wow. Can I lick the Jew nose?
Suck my big Jew nose. Big Jew nose.
Oh, yeah, if you give it to me, let me pump it up your ass.
Cousin Brucey over here.
Hello?
Cousin Brucey.
Yeah, Bruce, let me bend you over and fuck you really fucking hard up your ass. Oh, yeah, Brucey, that's it, baby. I want to. Yeah, can I shove my fingers up your ass, Brucey? Can I shove my arm up your ass, Brucey?
Fuck you. Suck your titties.
Maybe put my tongue up your ass and I'll give you a good rim job with my tongue. Yeah, I bet you'd like that. You bend you over and stick my tongue up your ass. Like... That's it, Brucey. Pump it faster. Let me look at get my face up your ass, and I'll fucking run my tongue up your ass. Put my face up your ass, my arm up your ass, and I'll put my cock up your ass. Would you like that, Brucey?
I feel like I'm with Rick Sklar back 1970.
That's it, Brucey. I'd love to hear you fucking come for me, Brucey.
Suck my toupee. Brucey.
Sorry, Brucey. Time's up. Call back sometime later. Just suck my cock.
You got a cock?
Coitus. I like where I go. I feel like I'm back with Rick Sklar in the 70s. Rick Sklar. Hey, I feel like I'm with Rick Sklar. Yeah, there I am having gay sex.
Oh, that time limit is just brutal, isn't it? You are having a great time.
Oh, brutal master. His arm was all the way up my asshole.
Yeah, and he goes up, time's up.
Yeah.
You never get to finish.
I think that's like a legal thing, too, because a lot of these phone lines where you have to give your credit card, they were keeping people on the line for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And racking up billions of dollars.
People were losing homes on the phone.
So they had mandatory time limits for all the perverts in this country. Yes,
hey, Howard.
That was a good one, man.
Thanks. The fraud department called Tim Sabian after the call.
Why?
Really?
Because they're not, it was a gay sex hotline.
On the credit card?
Right. And they called Tim to double check, if it was copacetic.
Really you?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, can you have to imagine? Yes, that's a charge from my card. I agree to pay it.
I wish you could do that every day. That's just so funny.
We're what you did with that with that particular call, it was when Robin played Little Lupe.
Right.
And you guys were doing phone sex. So
now Robin's going to call?
We have Robin's end as well. We're working on some stuff with Robin, too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Robin having sex on a phone sex line?
Yeah. We got a few ideas. It's going to be good.
Oh, boy.
A few ideas. You could imagine. And Sal, there's no limitations on his ideas. He was on the wrap-up show yesterday talking about, he was at some bar or restaurant, and I guess, what's that big porn star? Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy?
Ron Jeremy. So Sal is somehow involved there. Ron Jeremy somehow takes out his cock and is chasing a woman around with it.
In the restaurant?
In the bar or restaurant. I think it's a bar.
Okay.
And like that's any better.
Right.
And so, Ron Jeremy, I guess, knew this girl, and I guess people expect that of Ron Jeremy. Not that that's right. But then Sal somehow takes out his penis and starts chasing the girl around the bar. And she's like, who are you? And, he's nuts. You can't do that.
What? He's thinking, this is just what you do here? Let me join in?
Yeah, he's crazy. He's gonna
wind up in jail.
He's gonna wind up in jail.
Or dead.
With Lindsay Lohan. Or dead. Someone's gonna beat the shit out of him.
The reason Ron Jeremy's name came up at all in the wrap-up show yesterday was because I was retelling the story about how Sal and I were in L.A. doing a gig, and Ron Jeremy was there. We were sitting on these steps. So somebody says, hey, can I take a picture of all you guys?
Right.
And I noticed Sal took his dick out, and he was going to put his balls and dick on Ron Jeremy's head.
Oh.
And Ron Jeremy wheeled around, and he goes, I'll fucking kill you.
Right.
And I said to Sal, you think because a guy's in porn that he wants a dick on his head? And he's like, well, yeah, I don't know. Like, he's confused.
Could he really not understand
I was
boundaries?
What was Sal's IQ?
Well?
Do you remember Sal's?
102.
102. So he's almost Let's say dull.
Again, we always talk about like that whole thing with Beetlejuice. I said to him, like, Howard doesn't like that. And Sal goes,
well, yeah, I mean, he's making Beetlejuice touch his dick.
But he's
showing everybody he's smarter than Beetlejuice.
But yeah, great. And he's barely smarter than Beetlejuice.
But Howard, 102 is considered a normal IQ. 70% of America. I represent 70% of America.
Well, we're in trouble. That's why we're in trouble.
America's fucked.
Sal's done a lot of research on this.
Howard, what I was going to say is, like, Sal doesn't know he's wrong till you tell him he's wrong.
Yeah, and then he goes,
and then afterwards, he doesn't really still know he's wrong. He just knows that
you said he's wrong.
Exactly.
Right.
Howard, would it be wrong to put my dick on Gary's keyboard right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wrong? Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
You want another human resources problem?
Sal, don't do that. Don't do that. Sal, don't do it. You're so dumb. You're funny, but you're dumb. What'd you rather be? Smart but unfunny, or funny and dumb?
Funny and dumb.
Yeah.
I think he's happier, right?
Congratulations, you've accomplished your feat.
You've hit your goal.
We did a show in L.A. and I saw Ron Jeremy in the bathroom chasing a woman with his dick, and she was screaming. She was laughing. She's been on the show a few times. It's funny. You don't believe who it was, but he was chasing her in the bathroom with his dick, and he was smacking it on her butt and her leg, and she was laughing and giggling. So I took my dick out and started chasing her too, and did the same thing. So we were like two little monkeys running around with our peckers out. But for some reason, when I did it, she kind of looked at me like, I know Ron. Why are you doing this?
Right.
Again,
you actually just got it. She doesn't know who you are.
Yeah,
you're a stranger who took your dick out.
I have a tendency to jump into parties that I'm not invited to.
Yes.
It's a little chink in the old cranium.
Chink in the cranium. So well said.
At least he understood now that, yes, you're not in on this party. You don't know how this started. You don't know even what this is all about.
Ian, you're on the air in Jericho.
Yes. How you doing, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, I had people back to my house a few weeks ago after we went out one night. And, and what Sal would do is, like, he'll call, like, let's say, just using Robin, for example. Robin, come into the kitchen here. I got to show you. There's something wrong with the tile on the floor. What do you think about it? So, like, she'll bend down to look at it. And then, then when you pick your head up, you don't see anything. He has his penis hanging out. Like,
yeah, what is that? I mean, what is going on with, like, Sal, what is it you're getting out of that? I mean, I know his thing.
Do you think this is one of those, illnesses where you need to show your penis to people?
I just think Sal has such a desperate cry for attention that his parents, I mean, if you know anything. So he's not
going to wind up on the subway doing that?
I don't know, but
I would never do that.
No, that he'd never do. He just wants to go to a party and harass women with his penis. Sal.
We were, it's not a valid excuse these days, but we were very inebriated.
Yeah, forget the excuse. Here's the thing. I've been as drunk as a skunk. I don't take my penis out. Here's the thing.
It's not a valid excuse these days. It was never an excuse.
I'm going to tell you what's going on with you. As painful as this is. Your parents have no knowledge of who you are. Your father had no fucking interest in you. Your mother probably doesn't know two thoughts that you ever had or any feelings. And you are so desperate for someone to notice you and get attention that whipping your cock out is what it's literally come down to. That's it. Psychology session over.
I don't
We're done.
think so.
Painful as that may be, that is the God's honest truth. Go to a psychiatrist and ask him if I'm right.
Well, I did go to some therapy.
It has nothing to do with anything. Why do you think I'll ask you this then. Why do you think you take your penis out every chance you can get?
All right. In this circumstance with these people.
Go ahead.
They love the show. They watch the show, and they love all the crazy antics. And they're my good friends.
But why couldn't you be at the party and not be the idiot who puts the lampshade on his head?
That's a good question.
Like, why do you need to be the idiot?
I don't know. That's a great question. But at the bar mitzvah,
I mean, you're a funny guy and all this, and you didn't need to whip your cock out. You're not on the radio. You're not doing anything. This is at a private party. Why can't you just be a little bit content?
You weren't hired to be Sal. You were just an attendee, right?
But what do you think is inside of you right now? I'm going to ask you to reflect. What do you think is inside of you that said, I need to whip my cock out so everyone here will know I'm here?
That's a great question. I think...
Don't answer so fast. Think. Emotionally, what are you missing? What do you need?
I think you hit the nail on the head. I just wanted to be at that moment.
What did I hit on the head? Tell me what I hit.
Being like the life of the party.
Why do you need to be the life of the party? And not even the life of the party, but like the complete...
The scourge.
I was the shit. I was the idiot of the party.
You wanted everybody to be talking about you.
Why do you need that, do you think?
I don't know. I think
It's not
obviously
easy
the way
to answer, is it?
Well, it does go back a lot to my dad. My
Right.
dad called me a jackass my whole life.
Okay.
And he said the older I get,
So so now you're going to be a jackass.
I guess so. I guess
No.
you can't beat him, join him. I don't know. Maybe subconsciously, I think I'm a jackass.
No, but I think
But I'm not.
subconsciously you want everyone in the world to look at you and notice you, and you can't stand the fact that they're not paying attention to you.
But he also has gotten so used to negative attention,
Yeah.
he doesn't know how to seek positive attention. So he always is the buffoon, the jackass, the a-hole.
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember when
Thank you, Rob.
It was Artie's birthday. I wanted to do something nice for Artie, and I threw that party for him at John's Pizzeria. Uh-huh. So, like, when I come in the next day, the TV crew said, Sal was outside at a vegetable stand rubbing his cock on a pumpkin. There
I
he
slapped
is.
my penis on a pumpkin.
Look,
yeah.
this is a guy's vegetable stand. He took out his cock
It
and
has
rubbed...
nothing to do with the party.
Right. And it was just like,
It's funny though. I mean, and
at least that was on camera.
Well, this was at the house. It was on camera at Ian's house. Which, by the way, there's some other crazy things, Ian, that went down at that fucking house. You and I both know it, and it involves your wife. So take it easy.
All right. Yeah, but just because your wife lets you do these things doesn't mean.
Well, I love Ian and I love his wife very much, but when we get together, things get a little crazy. But she was in the driveway getting a little nutty herself, so.
That sounds like a lot of fun. All right, thank you, Sal. I'm done with the session. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks.
Okay,
Ian.
goodbye, guys.
Bye.
But you do know you can't take your penis out in a restaurant
Do
or
you
a
know that?
bar.
Yes, of course. I more than know that.
Of course he knows that, Rob.
And with the pumpkins, Raph was outside with his.
You do know you're not supposed to go up to a guy's vegetable stand where he's making his living, standing out there 24 hours a day, and rub your cock on his pumpkins.
My problem is
Because if he cuts your cock off, you shouldn't really complain.
That's true.
I'm
easily encouraged. The day with the pumpkins, Ralph said, do it. He dared me, and I did it.
Right.
At the party, another guy, Rob, suggested I whip out my penis. And
what do you think it is about you that anyone can just dare you and then you do it?
You can't help but do it.
What is the challenge there? I mean, like, in other words, most normal people go, you know what? I don't think I want to take that challenge.
Screw you.
Well, that's why they're normal. Fuck them. Fuck normal people.
Okay.
You have to stand out a little bit, I guess.
I get why. Why do you have to stand out in those situations?
I don't
You stand
know.
out enough at work. You do lots of crazy shit.
Right.
I understand that.
You don't get enough of that here.
Right.
No, I do here. Sometimes too much.
All right, thank you.
I
I'm
don't know.
done with you.
I'm done with you.
Go
too.
back and work.
Keep up the great work.
Get back there and make phony phone calls with Robin having sex. All right. And behave yourself.
I wish I could convey to people how genuinely crazy he is.
Sal,
What?
do you feel beaten down after that little rap, or?
A little bit. I mean, Howard just being honest, but that's who we are. I mean, that's who I am, I guess. In this, I think in this type of business, you have to be crazy. Nobody is normal in this business. You have somebody tweeting about ceramic, eco-friendly fucking panware, and you have somebody else who's going to therapy 4 days a week, and you have somebody like me who's smacking his dick on pumpkins. It's just one big, happy, dysfunctional, weird family. I just like making people laugh. That's it. See, Ronnie's laughing. That's all. That's my only. I'm like Spider-Man of comedy. It's a blessing and a curse. He uses webs. I use my dick. What can I tell you? I just try my best and make people, put a smile on somebody's face. Somebody could be having a bad day at work. They think their life is miserable. They get on the air. They hear a funny phone call. They hear me smacking my penis on a lady with Ron Jeremy. It might sound crazy, but I think they get a laugh out of it. That's all.
So you think like Spider-Man, so with a great penis comes great responsibility.
Spider dick. That's me.
Gary, I will talk about some point during Robin's news, the news about you and your board meeting last night.
Okay.
Oh, there's
That's a great-
news?
Oh, it's great.
What happened?
Hey, do you want to do it now or you want to wait?
Well, we might as well. What?
Well, we're just running low on time here.
Well, you said you're going to do it during the news. We're in it.
It could be the lead story.
Let's see. Baba Booey goes under RTM microscope. So this is so dumb. Gary,
This was already published?
Yeah, last night. It already made the paper this morning.
Gary agreed to but they have a board that is a planning committee that plans basically in his neighborhood where they put baseball fields and stuff like that. So a guy calls him up and asks him to do it. Gary's a community-minded guy. He says, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Wasn't looking for any publicity or anything. But right away, Steve Langford started following it and all this. And they're telling the board members he's Baba Booey from the Howard Stern show. And so
board
he goes.
member Baba Booey?
So normally, they're just begging people to do this kind of thing.
And they don't even know who these wackos are.
And Gary's a good citizen. He's raised his kids well.
He's a wonderful guy.
I put him up against any father out there in terms of how he raises his kids.
And husband.
That's right. Old Greenwich resident Gary Dell'Abate, who is better known by the moniker Baba Booey as the producer of the Howard Stern show, during an interview by the Oh, I see. This is the picture. Okay.
Go past the first 5 pictures.
There's lots of pictures?
Oh, yeah, my God, there's 5 pictures.
There's a million pictures of Gary. Wait a second. Let me get to the actual article, because this is funny. Okay. Gary Dell'Abate, the Howard Stern Show provocateur, perhaps best known as Baba Booey, interviewed with the members of the representative town meeting Tuesday night for a seat on the park's board. Among them was Colleen Jenkins, the great-great-granddaughter of suffragette Elizabeth Cady Stanton. So she's
but what did she do?
Nothing. She's all hoity-toity about Gary.
Right, because her great-grandmother did something.
Yeah, so she just happens to be on the RTM Appointments Committee, which is what's RTM stand for?
Representative Town Meeting.
Okay. I went online and I heard that Howard Stern is a shock jock.
Oh, God.
And I tried to figure out what it means. Like, she's been living in the basement so long, she doesn't have any fucking clue.
Then they shouldn't let her choose anything.
Right. If you don't know what a shock jock is, and forget about me, but the vernacular is pretty well known here in America. Shock jock. I wasn't so happy. It said on his show he was throwing bologna slices at a naked woman. Did that really happen?
What's that got to do with planning parks?
Is that a form of recreation?
Oh, God.
It was great. Actually, the way
Gary caught a shitstorm at the meeting.
I bet he did.
And Steve Langford was there. Howard 100 News is covering the whole thing. He's got tape. He's got it all.
Oh, my goodness.
He's got tape of the woman.
Yeah, yeah. She actually asked me, she goes, on February 10th, 2010, I read that Howard Stern threw bologna at a naked woman. She goes, what do you have to say about that? I said, I don't believe that's the correct date. I really did. I was like...
I could check that. Dell'Abate 49 earned this guy just joined up this thing. It's a thankless job.
You said that this was going to be a nightmare, that he's going to be grilled by these people.
Well, yeah. Dell'Abate 49 earned the committee's endorsement, but not before having to explain. I would have walked out of there and said, you know what? I'm not going to explain anything
deserve my
to this
attention or
woman.
time.
It was sort of...
I'd match my kids up against yours any day, miss. And guess what? I guarantee if we put you under a microscope, we'll find some weird shit about you.
But look at her credential. They got to go to her great-great-grandmother to say anything about her.
Dell'Abate 40, we don't know anything about her. We don't know how she raises her kids.
We know what her great-great-grandmother did.
We don't know if she drinks. We don't know anything. We don't know anything about her.
And she's questioning him.
Dell'Abate 49 earned the committee's endorsement, but not before having to explain that the personality people hear on Sirius satellite radio is different from the family man and youth football coach. No, it isn't. Gary's the same here as he is off the air.
Yeah.
I play a character. I'll play a character to some degree.
You guys came down on me pretty hard for saying I was a character.
Yeah, but I admit I was lying. I'll be right up front.
I play a character to some degree, but I don't bring that home with me, Dell'Abate said. The married father of 2, a resident of Old Greenwich for the past 16 years, was unanimously nominated last month by the selectmen for a seat on the town board of Parks and Recreation.
You got to read the last sentence.
Let's see. Radio's theater of the imagination. I don't think Mr. Dell'Abate's professional thing.
That's the guy supporting me. He said, hey, but go to that woman.
Jenkins ultimately abstained from the vote on Dell'Abate. She abstained. She didn't vote no. She abstained.
Okay, that's good of her.
I come from a very strong position of trying to make women a part of society and treating them with dignity and respect. Well, then you would have a problem. What I'm upset about is entertainment where women are not treated with respect. I admire you for being able to bifurcate your life.
Bifurcate? Whoa.
Bifurcate your life.
Bifurcate.
Whatever. She had a better education.
Split in two.
Yeah. Yeah, she had time to practice that word.
They sent her to special schools and she didn't have Jim Brewer as a teacher.
I'm not even sure I admire it. She says, I admire you for being able to bifurcate your life.
And then she paused. And
I'm
she
not
goes,
even sure I admire it.
She goes, you know what? I'm not even sure I admire that. But can I just tell you, Howard? So now all this is going on, and then there's another woman who says, "I don't believe that."
Gary should have been like, "I'm not bifurcate. I'm not even gay."
So now it's time to vote. So I'm sitting at this table. There's 10 or 11 people, and it's like it's like the tribe. You know what I mean? Like the tribe has spoken.
Yeah.
I'm right there. They're going to vote on me right in front of me.
Right. They didn't even have a little cup where they put
They
the
would
votes.
send you out of the room. Nothing.
So one guy
I decided to vote for Gary, but I'm not sure everyone else will. Yes.
So one guy who was sitting on the side, they're asking me questions about this and about that. The guy hasn't said a word the whole meeting.
Right.
And he raises his hand and goes, I just want to say that I get no sense of this candidate whatsoever.
Oh,
so I said to the guy, I said, you haven't asked me a question. Would you like to ask me anything? And everyone just goes, no, because apparently he's the guy that takes you to the vortex.
Right.
So I was like, no, you don't want any
He's
questions.
Benji. Yeah.
So they start the vote.
I get no sense from you.
Yeah, I've got a question. Is it true Howard really has a tiny penis? Answer that.
They start the voting. So the first guy they go to is him. And he goes, I'm abstaining. I'm like, oh, okay. So then they go to this other woman who was asking me a lot of questions. She goes, I vote no. I go,
So
oh my
you
God.
got a unanimous vote.
No, that was last month.
Oh.
This last night's vote was 8-4, 1 against, 2 abstentions.
Wow.
So the lady that was reading all the stuff, she abstained, the guy abstained, and one woman flat out no voted, then everybody else voted. So I'm in. But it was like, I was like, oh my God, one
Were
abstention.
you laughing or were you getting upset?
I was laughing.
You were.
I was like, this is, and so a guy goes, listen, he seems to know what he's doing. He wants to do the job. Who cares what he does for a living?
If you were like, to me, like, I would hate those people passing judgment on me. But if they had voted no, would you have been ashamed?
No.
You would you have?
No,
what would
no.
you have done? Would you just walk out and
Yeah,
just
I'd
go,
say, okay, fine.
all right, goodbye.
I can't, listen, my opinion is, I'm willing to work on a voluntary position for free to help the community. If you don't want me, bring in the parade of people behind me.
Right.
That
There is
want to
no
work for free.
Right. Can
At
you
one
imagine?
point, the big argument became that because it's parks, beaches, and the environment, and that I was too heavily weighted in the sports area. So they got a list of everybody who was in and said, well, he's in boating, he's a lawyer, he's this. I'm like, again, I'm here as a volunteer.
By the way, this just in, there's a bunch of people in the Connecticut parks right now throwing baloney at women's asses.
There's a whole area just
whole area.
dedicated to that. There's a new field.
I recommend we have a special baloney throwing area for the naked women in the park. I'm leaving.
And for halftime entertainment at the football games, I think we should wheel out a Sibian.
Sibians should be in the parks where the kids play.
I am the Sibian coach.
Gary, you should start making bizarre comments at the meetings.
I won't see. The funny thing is, I won't have to meet with these people anymore because it's a purely advisory to the first selectman.
Right. These aren't your committee members.
But the guy that was chairing this committee last night, thank God, he sort of smacked it back onto the train because that woman had I looked, she was right to my left. She had a page of shit she was going to read.
Wow. How did he slow her down?
He said, listen, I don't think that what somebody does for a living is an issue here. He goes, if we had a lawyer in front of us, a defense lawyer, would we sit and look at every client he defended? That's what he does for a job, and what we care about, what he brings to the table.
I think somebody was making some
guy
sense.
kept it on track.
We can't have a man who produces the Howard Stern show look at where the parks are going to be built. I mean, how many
You can't
parks?
be in charge of grass.
How many parks are they building anyway?
Well, they're not building them. It's about upkeep. There's places that need to be renovated. It's about the beaches.
What is the woman who objected to you? I'm curious. What does she do for a living? We know her great-grandmother was somebody of prominence. But what does she do?
I will tell you, the best part of the whole thing was there was a woman
I find a lot of these rich yentas who don't work, they live off their parents. I mean, I don't know if she does or not. But a lot of them really have no fucking... They don't have any work, and they have tons of free time to fuck with you.
Yeah, a lot of the people there were elderly. There was a woman next to me who I thought was going to be really rough on me because she was fairly old. And when they started talking about it, she was just awesome. She goes, give me a break. Just turn it off if you don't like it. But Jason said he's been looking up the other woman, and he said it appears that the bulk of her time is spent going around talking about Elizabeth Cady Stanton.
Who's that? That's her grandma?
And her grandmother, who was a suffragette.
Great-great-great-grandmother. She was like, I guess, like Susan B. Anthony's...
Sounds like a good gig, but how's that pay the bills, or has she got inheritance?
Runs the trust, Jason just said.
She runs a trust?
Well, her family came over on the Mayflower.
I got to tell you something. I know a ton of these broads because of my job and everything, and, I've made some change. I meet them. They're all a pain in the neck. When people don't have to,
And they have rules for everyone else.
oh yeah, well they've lived, they've never had to really do what we have to do,
Yeah.
which is
You got to make
Put them-
compromises.
yeah. I had no trust, and neither did Gary. I know where Gary grew up.
What was it like for you being a reporter there?
Covering Gary at this town meeting is one of the greatest stories I've been able to cover here at Howard 100 News. It was classic. By and large, the people around that table in that conference room, on that committee, support Gary. But the people who didn't, one in particular, this was right out of central casting. I think Gary said, you could not write this kind of material. I'm working on a piece right now, and it's so much fun. I mean, I would have paid to have gone to that meeting last night.
I mean, you've seen everything. You've been everywhere and seen everything.
This was one of the great stories of all time, watching this happen.
Tune in.
Oh, can't wait.
Does it sort of fill you with a little bit of pride that you're not like them, that you're not...
Well, I think
you're not this woman.
I think that I think that I'm a little bit more open. I think that I would have a, they didn't seem to be questioning me as much as judging me, and that's fine. It doesn't. Listen, it's the world. When I walk out on the street, everyone's not a Howard Stern fan. You go to a party, everyone's not a Howard Stern fan. There's always some person who feels it's their obligation to come up to you and tell you, I don't like the show at all. And I feel like going, yeah, and I don't like that fucking dress you're in. You could stand to lose 30 pounds, but I don't come and tell you, what I think of you because I'm at a party and it's not my place.
Let's go to Mike. Hey, Mike.
Hey now, Howard.
Hey now.
Hey, obviously everybody's been seeing the rumors about the America's Got Talent thing. Is there any legitimacy to that?
Look, number one, I saw all the reports of the weekend. Number one,
Yeah, that was really amazing.
I am very complimented that every time a judge seems to leave one of these shows,
Your name comes
my
up.
name comes up immediately. Now, you know me for many years, Mike. I don't know how long you've been listening, but, there's a million rumors about me. My agent, and let me tell you something, my agent must field 100 calls a day about me doing various things. For the most part, I turn them down. And so...
You're such a fan of the show.
I love the show. Everyone knows I love America's Got Talent. I think it's the greatest. And I would be certainly honored to sit with Howie and Sharon and judge these lunatics. And let me tell you something. If I was a judge on America's Got Talent, there would be no nonsense.
What do you mean? You still got Howie there.
Oh, Howie's going to behave when I
You're
show
gonna
up.
make Howie behave.
If I was the sheriff on that show, listen, it's funny. I was watching every one of these reports. And some of the reports were like, oh, my God, we can't wait for Howard Stern to be the host. Or
Right.
not the host, the judge on America's Got Talent. That's going to be something. And then some people were like, well, it's no longer a family show. Howard Stern can't be on TV after... Now,
You're only talented judging strippers, Howard. Did you know that?
yeah, evidently. So
everybody is judged like a stripper.
So, it's funny. The first thing I said to myself is, you mean when I go on Letterman, I'm out of control? You can't watch that. Who knows what anyone is thinking? I've been on network television many times. It's a different kind of animal.
Well, again, it goes to that perception that you're out of control. You're a wild man.
Yeah.
You must be crazy.
When it comes to talent and running a business, I've been doing it for 35 years now, more, 35 plus. I'm probably the most successful radio guy. In entertainment, I'm a phenomenon. Is that the word?
Yes.
Thank you. What am I going to say? I'm a phenom. That's what I wanted to say. I've had a #1 movie. I had the #1 the pay-per-view specials when they said they couldn't even have them. I've conducted a radio show. I've had books, bestsellers, this kind of thing. So, look, I take show business very seriously. If I was a judge on there, there'd be no nonsense whatsoever. None of this bullshit fake, Howie and Piers used to have a rivalry.
Right.
It was all horse shit. I wouldn't go for that. I would be there for the talent. I would be there to actually find somebody good. The guy who won last year, if I had been on there, the guy who won last year, whose name I can't even remember, he would never have won.
Wasn't it the guy who sang like Sinatra when he was black?
Black guy who sang like Sinatra. No one's going to see him in Vegas. And what are they talking about? It was a novelty act. You can't tell me he's going to be a big star. And the only one there, Jackie Ivanko, should have won. I would have made that Jackie Ivanko won the year she competed. That was that little girl. She's the only one who even has a career.
I don't know anybody else who's come out of America's Got Talent.
Well, let me tell you, it'd be no fucking nonsense with me. But here's the point. Every time one of these shows, I'm mentioned as I'm going to be the next judge. I am not the next judge. I have no deal with America's Got Talent. I'm not going to comment on whether I'm in a negotiation because Robin knows this as well as everyone else. I don't comment on negotiations.
Who does?
I don't.
Well, they put in
negotiations can go horribly wrong. What?
I say they put in quotations serious negotiations, so they must have asked somebody what was going on.
Right.
But they wouldn't quote anybody. They just,
Right. It's a great show. I would be very honored, but there's nothing here to report. It's funny. I don't know why my name is always brought up whenever there's a... People really want me to be a judge. And I'm not opposed to the idea, quite frankly. I like it. But we'll see. I don't comment on rumors. If I had a deal...
Well, you'd have to make an announcement, wouldn't you? Want to make a big announcement?
Maybe not. Maybe I'll keep it quiet.
Oh.
I'll just show up on the show. I'll be sitting there. Tommy, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey now,
Tommy.
Yeah, I was saying, I read that on Saturday about America's Got Talent. I said, please, Howard, don't go to America's Got Talent. Hey, don't you think Piers Morgan dropped the wrong show?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, I don't think, I like Piers a lot. I've had him on the show many times, and I don't think that from what I'm reading, the CNN thing isn't going that great.
That's why he needs the I think he really wants this. His background is in news. He was an editor of one of those Murdoch papers.
Yeah.
And I think he wanted this more than anything.
I think he's a really good judge. I think Tommy's right. He should have stuck with judging.
But his, that whole judging thing only happened after he was fired from his newspaper job.
That's right.
And he was out of work. And Simon Cowell or somebody, Simon Fuller, one of those Simons.
No, Simon Cowell gave him the job.
Came up and said, why don't you judge this show?
Yeah, and quite frankly, that's what people like him doing. Not interviewing people, evidently.
That's right. He's boring on the talk show.
He thinks he needs to be interviewing.
On CNN, you mean?
Yeah, he thinks he's smarter than he is.
Don't we all?
When he came in there, you told him all the right stuff, and he just didn't listen.
I told him to keep judging. He should. There's got to be other things he can judge.
Exactly.
Just make judging your career. In fact, go to law school and become a judge.
Well, Howard, you're the greatest of all time. I love you.
Thank you, Tommy.
Bye-bye.
Love you, too. Let's go to Marianne from Brooklyn, who's very hopped up this morning.
Howard, I was calling to congratulate you. I had this whole thing in my head that I was going to, share you with America, and they were going to get to see a whole new side of you, and, it was going to be a whole new thing of watching you on TV at night, and I don't know. You think I'm crazy?
Well, I don't know what you're asking.
I mean, I wanted you to go. I thought you were going. I want to share you with more of America.
I'm right here. This is where you get me.
Well, I get you every day. I love you, but I was going to get you at night, too. I'm totally obsessed with you, Howard, and I love you. And I thought you would be a great addition to that show. I mean, then all my girlfriends would know what I'm talking about. Howard on America's Got Talent. Howard, I even have an act. I have an
Yeah, a lot of people were coming up this weekend telling me that their kids are very, very talented, and I should come over and see them.
Oh, no. Now you're going to have personal auditions.
I go, I'm not a judge on America's Got Talent. No, we heard it on the news. 15 million.
Can you imagine now your whole life is people stopping and singing, their children singing in front of you?
Like I'm Chuck Barris from The Gong Show. You'll read in the paper I'm in jail for beating some family because they're auditioning on the streets. It'll be great. be in an elevator and some kid will start tap dancing.
That's right. Just throw down a little board and start going.
Yeah. Well, the thing I like about America's Got Talent over the other ones is that they open it up to everybody.
Yeah, it's almost like I remember there were acts on the Ed Sullivan Show, and you always wondered, where do the people who spin plates, where do they go? And there'd be plate spinners, bell ringers.
You know where they go? They go on cruise ships and they spin those dumb plates. And then when they hit like 70 years old, if they're still alive, they go to this old age home that is supported, like the show business old age home. Even though they were barely in show business.
Right. That's who's there, the plate spinners and the bell ringers.
Plate spinners and bell ringers and like, see all that nonsense.
You're getting them out of there. They're not going to be on your show.
They would have to explain to me how they're going to build a career out of spinning plates. I mean, it's terrific talent, but I mean, you're talking about the premise of America's Got Talent is they're looking for a superstar. They're looking for someone who could fill up Vegas.
Okay, now I've got to ask other questions because the other confounding acts on that show are tumblers.
Right. That's right. They would
dance
have to,
troops.
They would have to explain to me the concept of their show because dance troops, you would have to blow my fucking mind for a dance troupe to win.
You got to be the Blue Man Group.
Exactly. That's what it's got to be. Or else I'm throwing you right the fuck out of there.
You better be stomped.
There are going to be 4 people left when I'm done.
It's a singing contest once you're done with it.
No, that's not true because...
What else do you accept?
Comedians, ventriloquists.
Oh, okay. Comedians.
There was a guy who won the first year. He was a ventriloquist. But, you know...
Where is he?
He's working in Vegas, believe it or not. He's got a pretty big deal at one of the hotels.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not opposed. Listen.
You're
Let
not
me tell you
opposed
something.
to broadening the scope.
You know, some of the biggest movie stars today, who are they? The guys from Jackass. They're on their 4th Jackass movie. Why is that?
Well, how are you going to, what? Would they come on America's Got Talent and blow themselves up?
Yes. There are guys on America's Got Talent who I've seen who could have a fucking film career.
Is that right?
Yeah.
From blowing themselves up?
Yeah. So I'm not opposed to dancers, but you better fucking blow my mind.
All right, because that's
By the way,
what I see.
I'm not a judge on America's Got Talent, but this is all fantasy. Yeah.
That's all I'm asking because you say there's going to be no nonsense. So
no nonsense.
You're not letting, but you're not understanding what the producers are going for.
I don't care what the producers are going for. I know what I'm going for.
Magicians, you don't mind? They're okay.
I love magicians. Magicians are some of the biggest acts in Vegas, but you better be fucking good. I better not have seen it before. I see it before. First of all, you remember I used to do magic?
Absolutely.
I know how to do 90% of those dumb tricks. I'm going to go, you serious? I'll get up there and get myself in a box and disappear. You better make me disappear because I'm going to vote your ass off. You better be top of the game. Listen, one of the things about talent that I know, because I've made some coin in this business, Robin. To quote,
good piece of change.
To quote that guy from WKRP.
Jerry Sandy.
Jerry Sandy, who yelled at us. Who told us he made a good coin in this business. Where is he, by the way?
I don't know.
Yeah, but one thing I know, a career in show business takes a lot of hard work.
You think the plate spinner doesn't work hard?
No, I don't. Because the plate spinner wouldn't be satisfied with it. He'd come up with a broader kind of thing.
Jugglers, are they okay?
If they have that rock and roll attitude or something new to the game, yes, they are in the game.
All right.
Listen, I've gone to Cirque du Soleil in Vegas. It's amazing, but it's only part. Everyone is just a small part.
Right. It's not the whole show.
That's right. If you're going to be big, you got to broaden it out and think it through. You just can't fucking be a plate spinner. Spinning Plates Productions. Nancy and I have many plates we're spinning. How many plates are you spinning now?
And that was the music they always play for the plate spinner.
If someone on America's Got Talent wants to go retro like this, it's cool. But the nonsense, people don't understand. If I was a judge on one of these shows, I'm no nonsense when it comes to judging talent and mentor. You know what? I'll tell you what. If I was a judge on one of these things, my biggest joy in life would be not only to discover some people with talent, but to help them along.
Well, then you need to be on the X Factor.
That's right. I might switch over to the X Factor. Maybe I'll start with America's Got Talent and then switch.
By the way, who was voted off the X Factor last week?
The black guys, Stereo Hogs. The worst name in first of all, that is a terrible name for a group.
Awful name.
And the Stereo Hogs were way more talented than the chicks who beat them out.
But the girls are pretty.
The girls are pretty. And that's my point, too.
So Paula has one group left.
Right.
Every week she's lost.
She lost someone. Because, first of all, she picks the worst fucking music for these people. The Stereo
Awful.
Hogs were probably the most talented group. She picked horrible songs for them. She has no ability to pick a song.
She's her own worst enemy and her team's worst enemy.
She's more worried about their dance routine and their choreography. Those guys were really talented. Now they're back probably in fucking Oakland or wherever they're from.
They got to find jobs today.
Today they're working in Pizza Hut. And if I was a judge, I'd make sure that someone with talent got good advice from me. I'd say, listen, literally do this next week and you will win. Don't fuck it up. It's ridiculous. These shows have got to come up to a new level. Enough with the clowning around here.
See, you already have a lot of ideas. You're producing. You're not judging.
Ideas? I'm filled with them. I'm over here trying to think, but nothing happens. What's the other thing? People go home and they don't think. You get a shot on America's Got Talent when you're in front of 12 million plus people, and you get an incredible shot like that after being a loser your whole life. You better go home and think about it. And it probably is too late if you haven't been thinking about it all along.
Yeah, you should have a plan no matter when your exit is.
Stereo Hog should have looked at that Paul Abdul and said, listen, you twit. We're in this to win it. You can't pick a fucking song. Get out of here.
Well, even that little girl this week, they were complimenting Simon for her song choice.
Right.
And she goes, I picked the song.
Right. She knows what she can sing. Nonsense.
Stereo Hogs listen to Paula.
Right. That's right. Yes, Jim.
Hey, what's up, Al? I have a question.
Oh, I didn't realize what time it was. I got to take a break. Oh boy.
Quick question for you and Robin. Well, actually, yours might not be that quick. But Robin, of all the people who ever worked on that show, who would you sleep with first, like all time?
What show?
Your show. Like from day
me,
one.
Of course.
No, take you out of the picture.
Oh, I mean, Robin was dying to get
Who
him
was
to
the
sack with
hottest
me.
guy that she would bang ever?
Wait a minute. Say again.
Of everybody that ever worked on that show.
Ever worked on the show.
Ever.
Jackie.
Please.
There had to be
Artie. You got to bring everyone into it.
I am. I'm thinking of, probably if I had my pick of anybody and they had to sleep with me.
Goff
if I
LaBar.
said, sleep with me right now.
You know what?
It would be between Tom Chiasano.
Well, he didn't work on the show.
You don't want to consider him?
Are we calling Howard TV into this? Because that kid you flirt with in the hall, Greg.
Anybody affiliated with your show since day one. Tom would count.
Oh, and then Tom Chiasano?
Tom Chiasano?
Could you really sleep with him?
No, I couldn't sleep with
you'd
him,
be
but
like,
he's so cute.
No, you don't.
Robin, you're moving me to ecstasy.
Shush, I'd have to hold my hand over his mouth.
Don't talk.
Robin, you're eating ass every
Tom eats ass. He loves it.
Oh, stop it.
So
I
you'll
never
have a
heard
good time.
Tom say that.
Oh, listen, I'm a guy. I know what he does. Tells me. I doubt Tom eats ass. I don't know what Tom does, but really it would be Tom out of all the people.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
He...
That's a fair answer. All right, thank you, Jim.
Anyway, no, Howard.
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, do you think you're an easy guy to work for? Like, if you weren't famous or anything, do you think you're easy or you're a pain in the ass?
I think I'm too easy. I got news for you. Despite my on-air image.
You sound like a jerk off, though, in person.
No, let me tell you something, Jim. I am such a pushover. People take such advantage of me because I don't have the heart to fire them. I'm too fucking nice. Ask Gary. Gary.
Let me ask Gary.
Ask Gary. Hey, Gary, am I easy to work for? Am I easy to work for?
I think so. Listen, you want what you want, and we know
what
that.
I want. How do you even know what I want?
On and off the air.
It doesn't even matter if they know what I want. On or off the air, am I easy to work for? Yes. The answer is yes.
I think you're much easier to work with off the air.
Right. The only time I'm honest is on the air.
You just sound like you're very demanding, and you probably, you want what you want.
No, forget it. Demanding. No? I don't demand anything. Everybody sits back there and relaxes.
Doesn't sound like it. I mean, you walk through the hallways, people have to, hide.
Nah, they don't have to. For 2 seconds, I want to just get off the air and go into my office. Everyone's allowed to do whatever they want around here. It's carte blanche around here.
It sounds like you're like that
Robin.
no matter where you go.
What?
It sounds like you're like that no matter where you go.
No.
Where is he? He's never anywhere.
I go home. Don't you wish your boss would just go home? That's what I do.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling and asking you.
That's why I'm so easy to work for. I'm never here. I go home. I work over the computer. I'm sitting and writing all day.
How about ask Jason if he thinks you're easy?
Ask him. Jason, do I bother you?
No. You are the perfect boss.
Thank you.
You call people weird hours and ask them to do stupid shit?
No. Never call anybody weird hours.
Weird hours? How can he call anybody at weird hours? He's sleeping.
Yeah. No, Jim, I'm such a great guy. I really
people
am.
Who say they're great usually aren't, but okay.
Anybody? No, Jim, I am. I know
Well,
it.
nobody's running in to defend you. That's odd.
Anybody want to say how easy I am to work for?
Jimmy, he's fabulous.
No one ever calls in to defend you about anything. Like when you make
No.
up these stories, you got beat up as a kid. How come not one person calls up to say, "Hey, I'm one of the guys that beat you up"?
Because they're all in jail.
Oh, they're all dead. You're talking about guys who mostly are in prison now or dead.
Well, I'm just saying, no one ever backs your stories.
Well, listen.
So if you're nice to work for, they're just not saying it, or not nice.
Jason, go ahead, answer the question.
Howard is great to work for. I mean, really is. I'm not just saying that.
Thank you.
You send me emails all the time. We're going back and forth. You're great.
If he wasn't
no
famous,
pressure.
he wouldn't quit.
What?
If he wasn't famous and made you famous, you wouldn't quit.
No. What?
I don't know what that.
I don't even know what he means. I would have quit this job. Period. Even if Howard was a total dick, he's not, and it makes the job that much better. I don't know. what you want from me.
You couldn't have a better person than me running the ship. Trust me.
Yes.
I'm going to compliment me since no one else wants to. I'm going to tell you, I am terrific. I'm terrific.
He's a better
You don't
boss
read
than
anything about
Sandusky.
I was a scumbag to anybody. How come you don't read that?
No charges of any sort?
No. You'll never see it.
He was never in the
They're not
shower.
going to admit it in front of your face either.
Hey, can I jump in?
Yeah.
Listen, in all the time we worked here, have you ever heard anybody leave the show be disgruntled, aside from Jackie?
Everybody.
No one.
Jackie. Have you ever heard any
Stuttering John wasn't disgruntled.
Billy West?
Billy was. Billy was disgruntled. I think
He was disgruntled with Tom, not with you.
I think Billy was disgruntled when he joined.
Nobody leaves that show on a good note.
On a good note?
Including Artie.
Artie,
Whether it's their fault or not.
Artie and I are not at each other's throats. Artie had a problem. And Jackie can't be that disgruntled. He's back working for us.
Well, he's desperate.
Well, you're right. If Jackie had made something of himself after leaving, he'd never speak to us again.
Right.
I mean, everybody who leaves the show, you don't talk to anymore.
That's not true.
There's a lot of people who've left the show that you don't.
Casey left the show. I talk to him all the
And
time.
there's a lot of people who've left the show that aren't on the air because it's a big organization, and we talk to all of them.
What?
You talk to Casey when he calls in, and he's
Yeah,
not.
and we email each other.
All right.
I mean, fuck you. You know what? I don't know what you're trying to say. Listen, let me tell you something.
Very few people have left. Number one.
No one leaves me, and I'm so nice to everybody. You're crazy. Goodbye, Jim.
I don't like your attitude.
Me neither.
Later, Howard.
Thank you. Later. Fred, do you think it would be a good idea if I became the judge on America's Got Talent?
I think they would have got a gold mine with you. Personally, I think the show's
In
beneath
fact,
you,
it would
but I
be-
think it would be a gold mine for them. 'cause-
Clear the stage and just put Howard on
Right.
it. Howard's
I think you're way
talent.
better than that show, personally.
You think I'm better than the show? And
Yeah, I do.
I should not be the judge on America's Got Talent.
You know
What
what?
should he be doing?
I think you should be president of the United States.
That's what I thought Fred would say.
You think America's Got Talent is beneath me?
Well, you know
Thank
what?
you.
I think you're better than that show is. I mean, it's an okay show, but you have, there was one comment or commentator that was talking about all that you've done for this industry. No one else has done that.
Yeah, Fred's right.
Fred was impressed when he heard that list.
No. I thought this before because somebody asked me what I
Yeah, I'm
thought
too good
about.
for them.
I really do. Although,
Have them.
if it's $15 million, that's hard to turn down.
I mean, Howard's not responsible for the kind of talent on the show.
No, absolutely
He's
not.
simply a judge.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about the
Benji,
fact
do you
that
think I should do it or am I above it?
It's not that I think you're above it, but I wonder does it make your life more fun?
could
Or
we
more
get
enjoyable?
could we get Elijah Giordano?
I mean,
as
the
one of
little I
first
know about-
contestants?
First of all, you know what I'm going to tell Daryl Hall when he comes in?
What?
He should audition for America's Got Talent because he's currently not under a recording contract. Why not? Why don't one of these guys who used to be, have huge careers,
you know what?
go on one of these shows? They'll be up in front of 12
Because that would
million
be a
people.
step down. I remember on Last Comic Standing,
Yeah.
a real, successful comedian who had success in days past came on as a contestant.
Did he win?
No.
Oh, my God.
See, that's a problem.
I mean, if Daryl Hall comes on and he doesn't win,
You know, it'd be great
That'd
have
be
him go up against
I hit
John
the
Oates.
buzzer. Hit that big fucking X on him.
That's right.
Hey, wait, you told me to come on here. And if I was on that show and Howie started putting through those shitty acts that sometimes he does because he wants to,
That's the nonsense you're talking about.
I just take him out in the hall and touch his hands and stuff and freak him out. Hey, Gary, what do you, Benji, you were making a point.
Well, listen, if it's for the money, that's great. I would think that you're set money-wise. And creative-wise, I think you could do whatever you want in here, or you could go do it yourself. But so I wonder if you look at it as a fun thing at all, or if it's just purely a money thing. If it is, and that's what enough of a turn on for
Seems
you.
like it might be fun though.
I could totally see you having fun doing it. I don't know, like, is it 4 days, 4 extra days for 16 weeks? I don't know.
Right.
And I don't know if you want extra responsibility or not.
Right. Gary, what do you think?
It was interesting because John Hines' opinion was sort of like Fred's. He said, American Idol maybe, but this show is sort of, you're bigger than the show.
Right.
I was actually looking at the list of people that they found. I think they only have one person that they found, like that Terry Fatto or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but you're forgetting that Jerry Springer used to be the host, and of course the Hoff.
And Regis
one of the
used to be a
original
host, too.
And the Hoff used to be the original judge.
But the thing about it that I think works for you is you've always said on the air, I want to do a show where I'm not carrying the whole show. I could be a game show host or a judge where I just have to walk in and give my opinion.
Right.
So in a lot of ways, it's very easy for you. It's not, you don't have to sit and create 5 hours of content.
But also, he's saying that he could find great talent. They haven't been finding the great talent.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And can you get along with it? You can get along with everybody?
No.
Why bother to do that?
Why should I bother to let them get along with me? Fuck them.
So you wouldn't walk in like you were the new kid. You walk in like you fucking belong.
Please. What did Henry Hill used to say? Police.
Police.
Who has a career bigger than mine?
Police.
Make him a judge.
I'd actually be a real judge.
You would.
Although I like Howie and I like Sharon, so I don't have a problem with them. But they better just get in line with me. If I was on that show, if I actually was on that show and actually going to it, I'd sit those two down and say, "Look, I don't want any nonsense."
Now, do you think you'd have any issues with Nick Cannon, who seems to have some issues with you?
No, I don't have any issues with him.
He has issues with you.
Really?
No, he doesn't.
Well, he says he doesn't like the way you talk.
I saw a quote from him. He said, "Boy, if this rumor is true," he was like, "I can't wait to work with Howard. Finally get to meet him." I have no problem with Nick. I think Nick's a good host.
He always says he likes Nick.
Yeah. I just can tell he never wants to be home. The guy's got like 5 jobs. I want to sit there with Mariah Carey all day and watch those 2 kids. That's what I hear. I mean, that's not what I hear. That's what I see.
Well, look, you'd be adding a job.
I'd say to him, yeah, but I don't have 2 little kids at home. My kids are grown.
Yeah, but what? You're going to be traveling with this stupid show.
I guess.
That means being on a plane.
Although they did say they'd move the show to New York.
Yeah, didn't you read that rumor? I read it too.
But don't they go around the country doing auditions
I think the
in different
producers do that.
places?
They, I didn't want to say this. They're moving the show to my apartment. And all the auditions will take place in my apartment. I never have to
I have
leave.
a solution to that. You get the
Your
Howard.
neighbors must be thrilled.
You get the Howard Stern lookalike to do the audition phase.
Did you read the article about how you're not worth the money? I
read 2 opposing articles. One said I am worth the money, and then one said I wasn't.
One said, and it said it's going to cost them $25 million, $15 million to pay you, and $10 million to move the show to New York. And haven't they seen that nobody really likes you? That you're on satellite
Who
radio?
is that person?
I
think Benji wrote that. Hammer, you're on the air.
Howard, it's plain and simple. Stop being a pussy. Do the show. Your fan base loves you. We want you on the show. And after that, take Pierce Morgan's show. After that.
What's he saying? I can't even understand him.
I think he's saying take every show. Take Last Comic Standing, not Last Comic Standing, America's Got Talent, then the Piers Morgan show.
Take all of Pierce's work away from him.
Howard, we love you. We want you on the show. Make it happen.
All right, Hammer, thank you. I have nothing to do with this. It was a rumor that circulated last week while I was off the air. If I had a deal with America's Got Talent, I would announce it to you. That's how I would do it. What would this big secret be? Vince, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Howard.
Hey.
Listen, I saw you on ET, doing the piece, and you're talking about it. And I'm going to tell you, you really do look good.
What
And you
piece
should
on
be
ET?
proud- Huh?
I didn't talk to ET.
Or one of those shows.
I
But
didn't
anyway,
talk to
you
any
really-
of them.
Well, they had you on a mic asking you about it, and I can't remember what you said, but I just want to say that you look really good, and you should be proud of the way you look, because there are guys that are half your age that are so way out of shape, and they just don't take care of themselves. They're not anywhere near as good.
What is it,
as you
JD?
are.
These entertainment shows, they used file footage of when you were asked about American Idol.
Yeah, whenever there's a judge opening, they ask me.
And they also go back to that footage.
It must have been that one day I looked good. Thank you, Vince.
You're welcome.
Anyway, a lot of controversy there.
Ronnie, you spend more time with Howard than any of us around here.
Yeah, maybe.
And I know sometimes he'll either vent to you or, just have personal conversations with you.
Okay. And that's why they're called personal conversations.
Well, did you know that the speculations about him joining America's Got Talent were on the horizon?
No, I didn't find out until I was in L.A. this past weekend.
When you're riding with him in the limo, do you ask him about it? Do you try to get inside his head a little bit?
Absolutely not. Nope. That's why we're together for 26 years this week, dude.
And that 26 years...
I mind my business, unless I'm spoken to.
Professionalism has been the theme of your relationship with Howard. And friendship, but...
Yeah, you got to know where to draw the line between friendship and business. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely know what you're saying. As a guy who has gone outside of his career endeavors, like you've gone outside of the, I'd say your wheelhouse. I mean, you're all over the place now. You're doing appearances. You've got possible TV deals in the books, and coming down the pike. Do you think Howard should step outside of his comfort zone again and try a spin as a judge?
Well, that's up to him, man. He's the only one that can make that decision. Not me, not anybody else, not even his wife. It's only him. It's his decision.
Let's say
nobody can influence him either.
Let's say he had hired you as a special advisor, career advisor. What would you advise him to do?
I would advise him to think about it very carefully and see where he's at this point in his career, that if he wants to do something like that, or he'd just rather relax now, kind of, and do his 3-day week here and, enjoy the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying?
So your concerns would revolve around the fact that maybe you don't want him biting off more than he can chew, or wants to chew, rather.
No,
if he wants to relax, why take on another, demanding task?
It might be something he might like to do. I don't know. That's something that only he can decide. Anybody could tell him whatever they feel like telling him. His agent, his wife, his kids, they can give him all the advice they want, but there's only one person who can make that decision. That's Howard Stern.
Man, I'm getting nothing out of you. You play your cards very close to your pinstripes.
Hey, that's my deal, man.
And that's why you've been here 26 years.
That's my deal.
How much truth do you believe there is to the rumor?
I believe that there are negotiations going on. I don't think any deal has been reached or anything like that, but I do think they're talking to Howard's camp about the show.
As a television guru expert,
you're too kind.
What kind of impact would Howard have on this show's ratings and validity?
Well, right now, America's Got Talent is the most popular show during the summer. That's when it airs. There's not a lot of other things out there, but it's got a good following and a good base. I think Howard would definitely turn the show on its ear, and the ratings would go up. It'd be must-see television, at least in the beginning when he first gets on there. But here's the thing I wonder. When Howard gets out there, and if he's sort of the nice guy and treats it seriously and tries to evaluate talent, I think a lot of people who don't know Howard, other than, he's that vulgar guy on the radio, will be like, oh my God, what a nice guy. He could have that sort of thing that happened to Ozzy when he did the Osbournes. Everyone's like, wow, what a nice, lovable little rock star, versus the guy biting the head off of bats. And if that happens, then that's going to change or add to Howard's audience, and that would be very interesting for, both around here and for the show. So it's a no-brainer if America's Got Talent can afford Howard, and if Howard wants to do it, then it's going to be an interesting match.
So you're saying if he does accept this offer, it could endear him to some different demographics that he's not used to reaching.
Absolutely. A lot of people wonder, like, who's watching Jay Leno? And you know, that audience who just knows Howard by name and thinks, oh my God, I don't want to hear a word. When they actually hear him on the show do his thing, he's going to get a whole bunch of new fans that have never really taken the time to listen to him before. And I think that's great from a career exposure perspective. But can he coexist with everyone there? If it's not the Howard Stern show, you know, he's just one of many. I'm not sure how that'll go over, and I think I'd be very curious to watch and see how it turns out.
And in turn, this could, I think you pointed to the fact this could cause him to inherit some backlash from his hardcore fans.
Yeah, I wonder about the fans who, you know, want a certain type of Howard who's always been there. When he's on America's Got Talent, it would be a different guy. And if you're a real fan, you know there are many sides to Howard. But if the public persona is, wow, what a sweet guy, then I think it's going to definitely light up a little bit of the fan base.
Howard's never really let me into his world when it comes to business. Business is business. The radio show's a radio show. So he doesn't really bring me into that.
If you were to advise him, if he said, Gary, what do you think I should do? What would your words of wisdom include?
It's weird because I know he really likes the show a lot. And like Robin said, he's already watching it every week anyway. And I know he does enjoy that. He's always said, you know, I want to be a game show host or I want to be a judge because I'm that good. So on the one hand, it's validation. On the other hand, there's a lot of people that think that Howard's above that show, that show's, you know, a crappy little show compared to what his talent brings. So I would say do whatever makes you happy.
Howard's moved into a place in both his life and his career where he enjoys things outside of radio. He used to have this crazy obsession with the show. Now it seems like he's equally as dedicated, but he does less. You know, he does less days per week.
Right.
And he enjoys other things in life. He can relax. He can sit around his apartment. He can play chess and read. Would this be biting off more than he really wants to chew right now?
I wonder that. I wonder if, you know, he seems to be in a place where he likes being out at his house out east. He likes hanging out with Beth. He likes having the time off. He worked his whole life to get to a point where he could negotiate this time off. And now he's got it, and he's going to go work again. But if it, you know, maybe something that he just enjoys. By the way, it may all be bullshit. By the way,
what's your opinion?
It's so hard to tell. You know, it's just so hard to tell with him. It could, you know, there's a part of me that says maybe his name did come up, and all this press is going on. And if it did, and say his name came up, and say Howard's not interested, but all this press is being generated, why would he come in here today and say, I'm absolutely not doing that, when there could be a whole week of people speculating about him? He loves that. So why would he squash that? Just like it was with American Idol.
Good morning, Mr. Michael.
Been 10 years.
Long time.
You know, I got ranked one of the best interviewees of the 90s, and then I had to take a decade off. So it's time to reconnect. And I want to move to the top of the list.
Right this way, sir.
This way. Forget where we are. Where's Robin? Robin used to greet me out of the hall.
She's in the studio.
I know, but I mean, she used to come out into the hall.
Right in the studio.
There's some fun.
So, Mr. Myers, you've been a part of some legendary prank calls that the show has thrust upon the media.
I have.
But yet, you come back for more. You love this show.
Number one in all media, as far as I'm concerned. Number one. Has been forever. Fantastic.
Well, it's great to have you here. I know you were probably up late last night.
I was up late. In fact, I just left the parking lot, so... Only Howard could get me to leave the Meadowlands parking lot and come straight to the studio. But I'm ready for action.
All right, a little coffee, a little Howard, get you going.
A little coffee and a little Howard. It's perfect.
Great to see you again.
Good to be with you again. Looking forward to it. I'm going to become a regular again.
All right, we'll see you in the studio.
I think we need Howard to come out to the West Coast once in a while.
I agree.
You know,
Let's
I mean,
get
it's
him
like, you know, Howard just needs to get out there, to get out in the hinterlands, to see what the rest of America is like. You know, to spread his joy, to spread his knowledge of all things worldly. And I think that's a pretty good idea. And you guys wouldn't mind that either, right?
I would love a trip out there.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty good.
We're becoming East Coast recluses over here. So.
Of course you can. Yeah, that way, you know, and the time you walk out of every restaurant in Los Angeles and TMZ is there. It's not like New York, you know, where nobody's here. Nobody pays attention to anything you do. You know, come out where it's happening. Hollywood.
All right, I hope you convince him today.
I'm trying to. Believe me, give me about 2-3 hours and away we go.
All right, we'll see you in the studio.
You bet.
Hey now, everybody. Al Michaels stopped by to see us. We haven't seen him in like 100 years. When's the last time we saw Al Michaels, the famous sportscaster?
I think it was, I guess we've seen him since the OJ thing.
Yeah.
there.
Oh, now
He's
you show
home.
up. Where the hell have you been? Wait, we can't hear you. Hold on. No one can hear you. You're a broadcaster. You should know that.
Gotta have a mic.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. You guys.
I thought you abandoned us.
I did. I just needed. I was ranked one of the top interviewees of the 90s.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, what do you do for an encore? So I needed a decade off.
Did you feel?
Now I'm back. I'm back.
Did you honestly feel, and I know this feeling, sometimes when you come on a show and you're such a terrific guest and you really, you were great and all that, do you start to feel like, hey, you know what? I should stop now because what if I go on and I'm a shitty guest?
If I lived in New York, I'd probably be here like every week. But I'm out on the West Coast. And by the way, you should start doing like 5-6 weeks a year on the West Coast. We need you out there. That's where it's happening right now. You love coming out there. I heard you talking about Brad
I do
Gray's
love it.
wedding. You have a lot of friends out there right now. You've gotten to know a great friend of mine, Don Rickles.
Yes.
Now, my wife and I have a lot of dinners with the Rickles, and about 4 or 5 years ago, he's telling me he had never met you.
Right.
And he was sure that you hated him.
Oh, my God.
And I said, Don, are you out of your mind? Howard would love you.
I worship Don Rickles.
I know you do.
And in fact, when I had him on the show, I think he was like convinced that it was going to be a disaster because I wouldn't be respectful and
Exactly.
Don Rickles is like God to me. I watched this guy on TV my entire childhood growing up. He was everything I emulate when I go on a talk show.
Howard, the man, how many guys have had a 60-year career?
Beside me, no one.
Right.
That's right.
He was worried about you. He was worried about Dennis Miller, who I know very well because I worked Monday Night Football with him.
Why would he worry about Dennis Miller?
He thought Dennis had the kind of humor that would not that Dennis wouldn't appreciate Don for what he is. Because Don, has his shtick. And the other guy...
Isn't it funny how Don Rickles doesn't understand how admired he is?
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Is that the curse of comedians? They just don't realize how loved they are?
Well, but he's a very secure man, but you're not sure if somebody, if you don't know somebody, the other guy was Jimmy Kimmel. So he's telling me about 3 guys I know, you, and I know Jimmy, and of course I work with Dennis, and I'm saying... Don, you're out of your mind. Now he's been with all of you guys. I said those guys more than any others would appreciate what you've done.
If someone would have told me when I was a kid that one day I'd interview Don Rickles or go to a party at Jimmy's house with Don Rickles and sit there and talk to him, I would have died and gone to heaven. That's how important he was to me. And yet he had this whole impression of me. And I've told him a million times how much I appreciate him. I think he finally now believes it.
You think he
No
gets
question.
it?
Oh, no, he does. No, we have dinner with him about every 2
So
months.
he's talked to you about having met Howard.
It's all he talks about now.
When you have dinner with Don Rickles, though, do you seem pretty secure about your whole life? But do you ever say to yourself, "Gee, why does this guy want to have dinner with me?" And do you get insecure that way?
I met Don Rickles a number of years ago at a party, and he's a gigantic sports fan.
Right.
So I think it's a case of mistaken identity. He comes across the room and he goes, "Oh my God, I always wanted to meet you." And I'm going, he doesn't know who this is. He thinks it's somebody else. So Don says to me, he said, "Hey, the next time you're out in Los Angeles, can we have dinner?" I said, "Don, I live here." I said, "I'd like to have dinner with you like every other night." I said, "Where do you live?" He goes, "I live in Spain. I just came in for the party." And away we went.
Right. And you become good friends. Do you go to his home?
We've been to his home. He has a home in Malibu and one in the city. But mainly we go to Mr. Chow's.
Right. And you hang out.
It's fantastic. It's just and he's adored by everybody. And what you see with Don Rickles, I mean, Don Rickles is 85 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I went to his 80th birthday party 5 years ago. And you'll see like a bunch of people, young people from Silicon Valley will come down for a seminar or a conference, and they're all gathered there, and he's sure nobody knows him, and he walks out of the restaurant, and they're screaming. And then he'll stop by the table, and he'll do the Don Rickles thing, universally loved.
At Brad Gray's wedding, he got up and started roasting them. He called Brad a midget, and I mean, it was wild.
Right.
It was great. All of a sudden, he's into it.
No, there's nobody like him.
No sharper mind than that, right?
I told him, I said, how great is it to go through life and you've never been one-upped? I said, when did anybody ever one-up you?
Right.
And he couldn't think of it. I mean, he's going to have the last word on you no matter what you say.
Super brain, man. What an intelligent guy.
And you wouldn't think a guy who, did what he did to Sinatra would have any insecurities at all. Remember, he had this girlfriend he wanted to impress her. He told Sinatra to come over
Talk
to
about
the table.
Talk about some of the big sports stories for a second. Then I want to ask where the hell you've been. The first Paterno.
Right.
Which is a bigger story, right? Now in the history of sports, is it Tiger Woods or Joe Paterno and Penn State?
Well, you've got the two of them. I never thought I'd seen a meltdown like the Tiger Woods meltdown. On an individual level, yeah.
Can Tiger Woods come back?
Can he come back? He'll come back. He played pretty well over the weekend in Australia.
Right.
But, the question became a few years ago, would he ever win enough majors to surpass Jack Nicklaus? I would doubt. In my mind, if he wins one more major, I'll be surprised. I think he'll play well. I play.
What happened?
I play a lot of golf.
Right.
And the one thing about golf,
mental.
Unbelievably mental. I don't want to say 90% or whatever, but if your brain is not there, and I mean, if you're a guy like Tiger Woods and you're walking around a golf course and you are the king, not the king of all media,
but the king of the golf course.
But the king of the golf course.
Right.
And there's a certain feeling, and he was very comfortable with that feeling. He'd walk around, and now all of a sudden, this is a guy who has to walk out on the course for 4 hours, and behind his back, people are going, hey, I wonder who he's looking for, and that sort of thing. So that has to play on your mind.
His old man, his father, was maybe the only guy in the world who could probably smack him out of this and say, listen, you go out there and you win. But the father's gone. I mean, he's like rudderless. Is that correct?
At this point, I don't know. He's a guy, he's built a wall around himself. Knew him a little bit. I did a couple of his events. We had made-for-TV events when I was at ABC that we did with Tiger. But he's built that wall around him. Look, he did something. He got away with it for a long time. And then when that roof caved in, I mean,
did you have
bang.
were you aware of that at all?
No, Robin, you look great, by the way. You look so great. Howard, you look great, too.
I look terrific.
You look
You're right.
I listened to the whole Chris Martin interview the other day.
Yeah,
he's right. You look the best I've ever seen you,
Let
by
me
far.
tell you something.
And Robin, I've always loved you. And
Well,
you know
thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
And you look
But
marvelous.
I
We all
don't
look
know
great.
how you could be covering Tiger
Right.
Woods and now not an inkling of what he was
Because
up
he's
to.
not privy to that. He
Robin,
goes to some charity events with
I'm
the
not
guy.
going to a club with him at 2:30 in the morning. Look, I just got out of the parking lot at the Meadowlands after the Jets game last night and came straight over
Yeah,
here.
and plus
That's
Al's,
my life.
Al's like a real married
He's
guy.
not
I
hanging
am.
out.
You don't get any side pussy whatsoever,
No,
right, Al?
not at all.
Not anymore.
I just want to hear you say side pussy.
I get none of that. I get no side anything these days.
Right.
Not even side meat.
In a way, that is the one sadness in your life, that you never really acted out sexually with a lot of these women. And you could have women. You make a
Traveling
lot
on
of
the
money.
road.
You're a handsome guy.
My wife's the best of all time.
Well, we know
we
that.
talked about that. I met her in the 10th grade.
Right. 10th grade.
In the 10th grade.
And
See,
did you? I forget. You've never had another woman beside your wife?
That's it.
Are you serious?
That's it.
Why is there a smirk on your face as you
I'm
say
not
that?
smirking.
You're thinking about the other women you fucked, aren't you?
No, but I'm just,
You're telling me you met your wife in the 10th grade.
10th grade.
Had you had
went-
girls before that?
No.
And, well, Robin, before we got married, yeah,
Oh, you did have women before you got married.
Yeah.
You met your wife in the 10th grade.
Correct.
You had innocent love.
We were friends, and then all of a sudden we had a big kiss when we were about 19.
Oh, okay.
And whoa, and that changed the whole dynamic. We went from being friends to whoa, what happened? And what happened? It happened in,
so
one
you haven't had
moment.
a different woman since you're 19.
That's it.
And now you're a man,
done.
and you're, I don't know how old you are now. Do you give your
24.
age? Okay.
I just had a birthday. Howard, at this point, you just stop doing this. You're decades.
You don't give your age.
Not really.
Is that because you want to seem like a young sportscaster?
I want to sign a new deal.
Right.
I don't want people to look. And it's in the freaking paper every time I have a birthday, which was like last weekend.
See, you're being straight with me. If I hooked you up to a lie detector right now, which I'm prepared to do,
right,
you would pass the test that since you're 19 years old, you've had no other women.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you gave me the sodium pentothal,
Right.
the whole thing,
wow,
I should be able to pass it, I think. But you know what? But those things...
That isn't a tragedy in your life?
No!
What's the closest you ever came to cheating? Was there a woman that tempted you? You've probably met some great women in the broadcasting industry.
When Robin greeted me the first time I walked in.
No, stop it.
I'm serious, Robin. You are the best. You are just the greatest.
Really? You've never been tempted? Like you didn't work along Diane Sawyer at some point?
I worked with Diane Sawyer
I mean,
at
you
one
didn't
point.
say, there's a sexy
Well,
woman
yeah,
there.
but you're always looking and saying, wow, isn't that something? Yeah, I mean, I do have eyes.
It's remarkable.
I mean, I had LASIK, but I still can see pretty well.
Did you have LASIK?
I did. Well, I'm not crazy about it.
When did you do it?
I did it 10 years ago.
I'm afraid to do it. I don't want to mess with my eyes.
We're the guinea pig generation, and I had it because I had to wear contact. I wore hard contacts for a long time,
and they're horrible.
And then the dust would blow, and I was playing a lot of golf, and so I had the LASIK done. But now it's kind of like I don't know what it is. Now I'm back to wearing glasses again. Like,
why is LASIK not good for you? In other words, you had it done. You were nearsighted.
Yeah.
All right. They did the correction, but what happened? Then you had difficulty reading.
Well, yeah. They tell you that was fine, but then I could see at a distance. But then all of a sudden it began to diminish. And again, this was 10 years ago. So if we come back in 100 years, I'm sure they'll have the whole thing down to a science. But
Did they recommend to you that you do it again?
Well, it's interesting because I've been to a couple of guys who say, yeah, let's tweak it, and others who say no. So
Right.
at this point, it's like, I'll put the glasses on again. I mean, this is crazy stuff.
And the glasses you're uptight about because of you have vanity. You want to look handsome on TV.
Well, yeah, I just feel the glasses are a pain in the neck. I lose them. They fall, I keep them on my shirt right now. I'm liable to they'll be gone by the time I'm on the street. By the way, you look much better in glasses, and you know.
Well,
that.
listen, let's say I was a judge on America's Got Talent. Now all of a sudden
Which
I'm on
you shouldn't
network
be,
television,
by
which
the
I
way.
shouldn't be.
No,
Don't take it if they offer it.
Listen, I listened to the show earlier today.
Yeah.
That's not you, Howard. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Advise me.
But here's the deal. Here's what I think. If you want to branch out and do something else.
I'm not looking to do anything.
I know. You're already the king of all media.
Right,
so, I mean,
right.
why do you want to do this?
I
You
like
don't need
staring
the
at the wall.
I understand.
Right.
But what if you came to Sunday Night Football for a year?
Oh, my God. He doesn't even know football.
That's what I'm
What's
saying.
the difference?
But
I don't know anything else either.
We had Dennis Miller on.
He didn't know anything?
For 2 years.
That was a disaster.
Dennis knew football, but I mean,
Right.
Dennis brought a different dynamic. So I see Chris Collinsworth, me, and Howard, and then Michelle Tafoya and Robin do the sideline.
See, but you're joking
my God.
around now.
You know what? But Howard, when you think about it, this is what we did with Dennis in 2000. We felt that the show needed some sort of juice,
Comedy,
a different feel.
Right.
So that's why we brought Dennis in. So I'm joking around partially, but then again, if you were to come to Sunday Night Football, do you realize, now you talk about
First
buzz.
of all, if I did Sunday Night Football, I would be serious about it. Number one, I would become I watched football the other day. I watched the Penn State game. I don't know why exactly I was sucked in, but I wanted to watch those morons who were standing there in the stands. They got, "We miss you, Joe Pa." Oh, Joe Pa. I don't know how you feel about this. I'll tell you how I feel. And I would say this on your broadcast. This guy's a creep. I don't care. This is a jock mentality. They're no different than these priests who protect each other. These football guys with the jock mentality, this kid with the red hair, if I saw a guy fucking a 10-year-old, I'd walk in and punch his teeth out. I wouldn't even ask a question.
Would it ever occur to you to go home and talk to your father?
No, but he went home and talked to his father. This kid must be the biggest moron on the planet. But he's a big dumb jock. Then his father doesn't know what to do. The two idiots. And he tells him, go talk to Joe Pa. And Joe Pa's a bigger moron. I don't care if he can coach football, you big dope. He goes to the university. Now, one of these guys did a thing. And I don't know who these students are running around worrying about Joe Pa. Joe Pa's senile. That's what I figured out. This guy's senile, and no one wants to admit it. They already had him coaching from the stands. I could do that. He's senile. Where do you stand on this?
This is phenomenal.
This is what you want.
This is what you want. Come on, let's go right now. Let's go do that dumb broadcast.
And then we'd go to a commercial and we'd go home. I'd sign off. I'd do the credits. Howard, that was fantastic.
It's the truth. Is Joe Pa senile? Of course.
Well, beyond that.
Right.
They have.
By the way, can we do all the games in New York? I don't want to leave here.
We have to do one in California.
I don't want to do that. But go ahead. Talk to me about Penn State.
All right. Well, here's the thing. What shocks me is, and everybody's on top of what the coach did and what he didn't do, et cetera, et cetera. They were investigating this thing in the 90s.
Yeah.
What happened?
What
Where
happened?
did this fall through the cracks? What about the DA's office? What about the campus police? What the hell's going on there?
And by the way,
so many people knew about this. How the hell did this stay under wraps?
But let me
for
ask you
those
something.
many years?
Who's on the broadcast with you on your
Chris
football?
Collinsworth.
All right. If Chris Collinsworth is in the shower with a 10-year-old, you walk by and you see him, he's putting his penis in a 10-year-old boy's ass. What do you do? Seriously, what would you do?
That's when I'd be glad that my LASIK doesn't work.
You'd say, I must be seeing things.
I see. I don't know.
But I would go and I would take the guy, I would choke him out and pull him off the kid.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you do that? That's where this whole thing falls apart for me.
Yeah. Well, we would do that because we are at a certain point in our lives. Maybe the young assistant coach is all of a sudden he's working for the iconic figure in Paterno.
Right.
Let's say he goes to somebody and somebody says, "Oh, you're full of it," and then the next thing you know, that guy gets fired because somebody says he's making stuff up. Now I'm with you on this stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I would
like to think that I would step in.
You'd like to think you'd handle it yourself.
That's
Exactly
right.
Well, I mean, if you actually stepped in and stopped it, there'd be evidence right there.
Al Michaels would step in and stop it. I know. LASIK or no. I know the kind of man
in a
he is.
shower room that they don't belong in.
I read the greatest sentence in the New York Post.
What was that?
It was like buried deep in a story. I didn't know this guy Sandusky
Right.
His view out his window is what? It's
a school.
A schoolyard.
Oh, God.
And a playground, yeah.
He lives across from a playground.
Right.
That's like beachfront for him.
You can't make this stuff up, can you?
No, you can't. That's like beachfront property.
Yeah.
That is so.
Could you show me a home that has a view of a playground? You know, anybody who can afford not to live with a view of the playground, is up to
is
something
buying
weird
that.
because
Yeah.
you don't do that. All right, talk to me. So what is the bigger story? Paterno and Penn State, or Tiger Woods?
Well,
I think
of the moment, it's Paterno and Penn State.
in history, which one will we remember?
Well, I think that the Penn State thing could explode into something that involves not only just institutions, but corporations. I mean, this is, I don't want to say the tip of the iceberg. I don't know. But now that this is out, I mean, Howard, you and I know stuff like this.
Why do they cover
goes
up?
on a lot of places.
Why don't they learn their lesson from Richard Nixon? No one studies history.
Well,
don't cover
or the
up.
Catholic Church. You're sitting there
But
watching
it's
that.
human nature to think you can get away with something.
Right.
It's like Captain Jenks calling in on the OJ call, right?
Right.
He thought he could get away with it, but he had to get exposed.
Someone
by me.
exposed him. That's right. Lest anyone think that was OJ. It was not. All right. So OJ was actually maybe up there with one of the big stories in sports history,
of
right?
course.
Bigger than Penn State, maybe even. He killed his
A
wife.
huge downfall.
Well, remember, now we have a tendency, whatever happens in the moment, we say is the biggest thing in history.
Right.
So that's the murder of the century. Was it?
Right.
I guess. I mean,
Yes.
it was. Look, we're at a time, too. I mean, they didn't have the media exist in the, first part of the century. So we don't, if something happened in 1930, it's not like it's 1990 or 2011, where it's just wall-to-wall. It's blanket coverage. That's part of the difference.
Here's another guy. To comment on this maniac, Hank Williams Jr. This guy's got the greatest gig in the world. That dumb song, Let's Get Ready for the Football.
Are you ready? Right.
Right, whatever it is.
Are you ready for some football?
Are you ready for what do I know?
Right.
Are you ready? I'm watching Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Let's get ready for some football.
Yeah.
All he's got to do is walk around, and that song makes some money, ka-ching.
Yeah.
But he's got to open his mouth. And what was the dopey statement he said?
He was the one who went on and said something about the president, wasn't
Right.
Right.
But you know what it is, too? It's kind of like, it's like me sitting here with you. I feel so comfortable. I've got my friends here. And I'll say almost anything right now. And I could end my career by the time I walk out, onto the street. It could be, because you make it's so, I'm just sitting here. I said, this is a wonderful, this is phenomenal.
It's a lot of fun.
And I'm with my friends, and I can open up, and you don't realize on the other side of the microphone, you're going to end your career.
Well, in a way, look at this Brett Ratner. Now, look.
Right.
The guy, I was watching a news report, and they were talking about he did himself in. He went on the Howard Stern show, and he talked about sex with women. And so they took him off he had made this other comment about fags, but they let him go on that one. But when the guy who runs the Academy Awards said, when I heard him on Stern, that was it.
Well, he'd already been told one more incident, and you're out of here.
That's right. So what did the guy really say? I'm listening back to it, and he says, gee, I have sex with a lot of women. And when I do, I make them go to a doctor and get them checked out first before I have sex with them. And this is the clip they played to show what a heathen he is. Now, I don't know, in some bizarre way, I might even think that's responsible, worrying about disease and health issues, and that he has these women. This is a guy being honest. I don't think he should have been thrown off the Academy Awards, do you?
Well, I think it was the gay slur that did it more than anything else. I mean, from what I read, Tom Sherrick, who runs that academy.
Right.
And, the thing is, look, in Hollywood, like in New York, all of a sudden you get pressure, somebody calls, you get emails. I mean,
they caved in.
In the old days, I remember, announcers get mail. And somebody used to call up and go, wow, we've got a barrage of letters. What's a barrage? 1.
Right.
What's a deluge? 2.
Right.
So some idiot sends an email, and the next thing you know, everybody's scrambling around. Oh, this is a terrible story.
You're right.
Something has to be done. Guys write columns about it. The next thing you know, Ratner's out.
That used to be my story.
Right.
When I was at K-Rock and things, they would say, they were barraged with complaint calls. It would be 7 calls or something.
Right.
It was never a deluge.
And they were all from Karmazin, too. So I mean,
that's right.
Right.
Yeah, lately.
Can I mention that name on here?
Yeah, absolutely.
You do whatever you want. Listen, have fun.
Right.
That's right.
By the way, do you know they just cleared CBS and that whole Janet Jackson thing? They don't have to pay the $500,000 fine.
How is it their fault?
Right.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
But it took this long.
It's insane. The FCC. Well, I'm with you on that stuff. Remember?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Your career is something else because this is the way it's been explained to me. At one point in your career, early on, we're talking 100 years ago.
Right.
You're starting out as a broadcaster. How did you get into broadcasting anyway?
Well, I loved it as a kid. I grew up in Brooklyn, went to Ebbets Field, said this is what I want to do, and away
Were
I
you
went.
an
Yeah,
athlete?
but who did you see
I
broadcasting?
played just through high school. Red Barber and Vince Scully, who's still doing the Dodgers right now.
So that was who inspired you.
They absolutely.
And you were very well thought out about your career. None of this happens by accident. That you were originally going to sign with NBC. And then you said to them, no, you got an offer from ESPN. Do I have this right?
Well, here's what happened. I was at ABC for 30 years. And then the last 20 of which I did Monday Night Football on ABC. And then Monday Night Football went over to cable, which tells you all you need to know about, why could cable afford something that network television can't? Because of the sub fees. So ESPN winds up spending a ton more than ABC could. So now it's going to be Monday Night Football, and I'm going to go over there, but there was a guy who was kind of arranging the template at Monday night, and he did something like fire John Madden, who was my partner, the most iconic analyst ever.
Great guy.
The producer, the director, I'm going, what the hell is going on over here? And I'm the one guy left. So we had a lame duck year in 2005, and I agreed to stay because I couldn't make a deal with NBC. And then after the 2005 season, I said, this is not going to work. I'm over here when I should be back. I should be at NBC with my guys.
Right.
Now, what should have happened is all of my guys should have stayed on Monday night.
Right.
But that's, that's internal
Why
politics and all that
so let
nonsense.
me
Yeah.
understand this. When ESPN got the rights to Monday Night Football
In 2006.
originally they hire you and they didn't hire Madden.
Correct.
Why would they do that? Why would they make a monumental
Why
mistake
did they
like
do
that?
that? They did that because a guy who was in charge of it decided he was going to go a whole different way. And, Madden was probably too old and the producer was not controllable.
You have something that works and you take it and you destroy it.
Howard, somebody always has to put their imprimatur on a show.
They put their stamp on the show
Correct.
because they are the program director. They want to make
right.
it theirs.
I'm the boss. I'm the big guy. All
It is
that
the
crap.
biggest, dumbest mistake anyone can make.
Aloha.
When you got something that works, you sit there with it and you milk it to the end.
Of course.
So you go over there. You think they're all coming with you. You sign your deal.
Right. No, I didn't think they were coming with me, but I couldn't make the deal at NBC.
Why couldn't you make the deal at
Money,
NBC?
Basically, because they were offering
I heard they
me-
offered you $3 million to go to NBC, and they were going to give you an additional $2 million to do basketball.
Wait a minute, where are you coming up with this stuff?
I know what I'm talking because I know everything about show business. I'm
What
the
is
king
this?
of all media.
You are the king of all media.
When you were leaving
But you're
Monday
not the
night,
king of all accountants.
when you were leaving ABC,
yeah.
Al Michaels was leaving ABC. You were going to sign with ESPN. NBC offered you $3 million, and you turned it down.
No, those aren't the correct figures, but here's the deal. Remember, ABC and ESPN are under the same umbrella. It's
Right.
Disney, so I'm moving internally. I'm staying under the Disney umbrella.
Right.
But all my guys are now going to NBC. So NBC is talking to me, but we can't make a deal at that point.
But you signed a
was it.
long-term contract with ESPN. How did you get out of
Extended it.
that contract and go to NBC? How did you break it?
We had one lame duck year, 2005.
Right.
I was still working with Madden. Then as everybody's leaving, I went to the person I had to go to and say, hey, look, I think it's better for everybody if you let me out. I said, I know it's going to be awkward and blah, 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 but it's a better deal for me. I really would appreciate the fact I could go back and work with my people. I know what you want to do over here.
Why didn't they say to you,
It's like,
screw
if
you,
they-
Al Michaels, we signed
They
you.
could have.
That's right. Why did they go along with
That's
that?
a very good question, Howard, because I think they felt that maybe it was the way to go. Because if they were going to get rid of all of the people I was working with, why were they keeping me at that point, too? And meanwhile, I got to tell you something. The guy that blew the show up, he didn't want me in the first place. He was told, you're going to keep Michaels.
Oh.
Amazing.
Right. Oh, yeah. Isn't that amazing? It's incredible.
That is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, it's just an...
So you were lucky you got out of ESPN and you were able to go to NBC. And didn't NBC have to give over a bunch of rights to things in order to get you?
Yes, they did. Ryder Cup rights and all that stuff. And then there was a cartoon character that became part of the deal. And
So you are valuable.
We threw that in at the end to, kind of throw the press off.
Does that make you feel like a man who died and went to heaven, that these companies would sit and give away rights to things just to get you to be part of a broadcast?
No, because I always felt, going back to when it all happened, we all should have stayed together on Monday night.
Right.
It's ridiculous. That
Right.
was insane. And that, and that show they've had a lot of different moving parts through the years. Instead of taking us lock, stock, and barrel, it was like the number 3 show on television Monday night when we were at ABC.
Absolutely.
So what are you doing?
Well,
I mean, if somebody comes in here and says, hey, Robin, you're out. Baba Booey, you're going back to the Hartford. What are you going to do?
Listen, I know what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
My head's going to explode. That's what I'm doing.
Of course it is.
That's right. It's enough with all of that. That's right. You're absolutely right. You got a Hollywood star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2004. Isn't it true you have to pay for that?
Well,
blow the lid off this.
No, what happens is that they when they want to give you a star, then they go to the company you work for. If they went to Sirius and said, hey, we want to put Howard Stern here.
Oh, they'd be thrilled.
It's kind of like, right, they'd be thrilled. It's almost like a charity where they say, hey, look, we need a contribution, blah, 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 blah. So it's not as if you can walk in and say, hey, look, I want to pay for my star.
So was there a ceremony when you got your star?
There was, yeah.
Did you like, who came to your ceremony?
Just a lot of my friends. And I don't, I have a lot of friends in the business.
Right.
But, Alex Swallow, who's been in here before, a great friend of Chris Martin, by the way. You know Alex.
Right.
Of course.
He was there, and I had him talk.
Alex Swallow is a great friend of Chris Martin's?
Absolutely.
Who knew that?
Well, Alex,
Alex
he hangs out with Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin?
Here's the deal. So, by the way, the Chris Martin interview was fantastic.
Thank you.
I was driving to Palm Desert, and I was in the garage for half an hour, and I couldn't get out of the car just to hear the end of it.
We got a lot of nice emails.
I used to play a lot of golf with Gwyneth's father, Bruce Paltrow, who was a very successful director.
Right.
And then Bruce contracted cancer.
Right.
And then died. He and Gwyneth were celebrating her birthday or his birthday in Italy, and he got sick. And, and so I knew Gwyneth through that, and I helped to introduce Bruce to Alex, who's a cancer survivor as well. And so it started at that point.
And now Alex is hanging out with Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin.
Alex is not hanging out with Gwyneth, but Alex knows he's
beautiful girl, that Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, she's fantastic. And a great lady, and her mother, Blythe Danner. And they used to be neighbors.
Sexy Gwyneth Paltrow, yes?
Yeah, I mean...
what would you do with that?
He probably watched her grow up, Howard.
In a way.
That's too bad.
I did.
That's too bad.
That's too bad.
I watched the Kardashian kids grow up. I knew.
You did?
I knew Bob.
What age did her ass start to get that big?
Oh.
How old was she when it really started to develop?
I didn't have my LASIK by that point, Howard.
You don't even know. So you've never, I assume you masturbate.
What?
What?
You never masturbated to
to?
Gwyneth Paltrow or Kim Kardashian, did you? Is your son here with you today?
Yes, he is.
I wonder if he knows if he ever caught you masturbating.
No, he never did.
Did he ever see you and your wife having sex?
I don't think so.
Who knows? Did you ever have a talk with your son about sex?
Yeah,
you did.
Well, every father.
How do you know anything about sex? You've been with the same woman for 100 years.
Here's the deal. I mean, it's kind of a narrow-minded view, but
whose penis is bigger, yours or your son's?
That's a great question.
What do you need your son? Where is he? This is Steve Michaels?
Steve Michaels.
What does he do for a
He runs Asylum Entertainment. His company produced the Kennedy series that aired on Reel's network that was rejected after. Here he is.
This is your kid, huh?
He causes a bunch of controversy, doesn't he?
He is the number one fan.
You produced, Steve, hello.
Yeah.
How you doing?
You produced the Kennedy special.
I did.
The one that was controversial. They wouldn't air it.
Series, correct.
Right.
No kidding. So you work and everything. You don't just live off your father's millions, huh?
He never give me anything. It's
Never
great.
gave you anything.
I want him. Where do I get him?
And he taught you about sex?
I did see them once, which was traumatizing.
Did you really?
When?
You
When was that?
Well, I'm not going to tell you. I just kind of walked in the door. You know,
Is that right? Oh.
I ran for the hill.
You walked in on Al Michaels having sex?
Yeah, and I'm bigger.
And you are bigger.
How do you know? Come on.
What position was Al in with your mother?
Your mother's listening right now.
Oh, that's
we got to
true.
go back and
I
see
forgot
it.
about that.
What position?
We're gonna go with missionary.
Are you serious? Because I've talked to
I
people
kind
about.
of popped in. I'm like, I don't know what was going on.
It's like whoa!
Yeah.
Stop the clock.
How old were you?
About 15.
Oh dear!
Wow!
Get out of town.
You had no idea.
I had no
You
idea.
guys didn't lock the door. I didn't think you had.
Oh, stop it. Well, where were you? I mean, were you
I
looking
just was
under
walking
the...
in. I don't know. I just kind of walked in.
You devil.
I shut the door.
Did you think your mother was being attacked? Did you almost...
He was 15 years old. He knew what his dad was up to.
It's embarrassing, right?
It was embarrassing.
Is that something that traumatizes you in a sense? I mean, really gets you crazy? I mean, to think of... Because you don't want to think of your parents as sexual
No, it's
beings.
disgusting. I still can't.
Oh, come on.
You had no idea.
I mean, what was dinner like later that evening?
Were you able to see anything?
No. I kind of saw.
So you don't know what position they were in?
I think it was missionary.
Missionary.
Leave it out, Mike. There was some movement. I don't know what was going on. I don't even know. How did I get here?
I knew Al was a missionary guy.
No, I have to warm up. It's a starter set.
Do you remember your father teaching you about sex?
Do you remember the talk?
No, actually, I don't think we did. Maybe now's a good time.
Who's going to talk to who?
Do you believe your father has been faithful all these years? I mean, it's unbelievable. 100%. You think he's straight as an arrow?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
That's an inspiration. You were not married?
I am married.
Oh, you are
kids.
married.
Yeah.
2 kids.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's nice. You
my
guys seem...
granddaughter's in New York on this trip with him, and we have a grandson.
Right. But you, unlike your father, you cheat, right?
Oh, my God.
You're not going down that road. Well, good for you, huh?
Yeah.
And look at you.
Yeah.
What, do you got a sister also?
I do.
He does.
What does she do
she's
for a living?
gorgeous. She used to be. She was a publicist at CBS for a while, and then she left there to become a mommy.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 nice
I told
kids.
her about this.
You actually like your dad?
I do.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine?
That's
why not? What's not to
wonderful.
like? I mean, you listen, you play your cards right, you'll inherit the mother load.
That's the idea, right?
If my father was an earner like Al Michaels, I
You'd
would
be good to him.
I'd kiss his balls.
Ben.
I'm not going to kiss his balls.
Now, has your sister seen your parents having sex?
Oh,
No.
dear.
I mean, what's with these two? Can't they close the door? It's almost like they want
Put
you.
a lock on that door. Come
Pretty
on.
wild.
It's like Jay and the Americans.
It's
Let's close the door and throw away the key, right?
Do you ever lock the door when you're making love to your beautiful wife?
These days?
Yeah.
No, it's nobody's home anymore. That's it. It's just us.
He's hoping somebody comes back and walks in.
Did you enjoy your father's notoriety and his fame when you were growing up? Was this something you were proud of?
Yeah, it was pretty cool though. Although you kind of have to become a ticket broker. Everybody wants the
Right.
tickets.
I was going to say, you got to go to a lot of great games.
Did you ever say to yourself, I'm going to become a sportscaster like my father? Never. Smart man.
Yeah.
See, that's why I like you.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't compete with that. You got to go find your own thing.
Yeah.
That's what I try to tell these kids.
This kid is tremendous. Let me tell you something about it. I just want to tell you one thing. He did a bunch of stuff, 30 for 30 on ESPN, where they went out and they hired different directors. He hired Peter Berg, who does Friday Night Lights. Peter Berg called me after we worked with Steve and said, your son is the only honest guy in Hollywood.
Wow.
Now, is that the greatest compliment a father can get?
I can't believe I finally met an honest guy in Hollywood.
Yes.
How do you know your penis is bigger than your father's? Have you seen your father in the shower?
No.
You guys never golf?
Yeah, maybe, well, not in a while. I mean, it's been probably since high school.
Yeah.
But again, that's traumatizing too. So
Right. And you are bigger than your dad, huh?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Right. Wow. I'm not bigger than my dad. My dad's got me by 3 or 4 inches.
Even at this point? Come on.
Yeah. I'm telling you, even shriveled up, my dad's way bigger than me.
Get your mom on the phone. I want to hear about this.
By the way, you two have the same voice, don't you? It's a you could probably take work away from your father, couldn't you?
Or Billy West, yeah.
That's right.
Or Billy West, right? Billy West could do it too.
The only thing that Al Michaels wants to tell us and remind us about is that on Sunday Night Football, he is there. Sunday nights at 8:20 on NBC. You just did the big Jets game with the Patriots. The Patriots beat the Jets
by 21 last night.
But you never announced who you're a fan of. Right? Do you actually have a team you're a fan of, or is that ridiculous?
I don't, because you know what it is? When you're announcing a game, all you're rooting for drama. I just want a great game.
Right. You don't bet on the games?
No. You know what? As much as I know, and I tell my friends who pay $500 a week to go get some idiot named Benny the dog or somebody to tell them who they think is going to win. What are you doing? It's like listening to stock analysts, too. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, Howard.
You have seen so many games and witnessed so many things on the field. Do you think, if you were given a team to coach, do you think you could do it?
Coach a team?
Yeah, coach a team. Actually bring a team along into the playoffs and eventually win the Super Bowl. Do you think you could actually run a team?
No.
You couldn't?
No, because you need CEO skills. I don't have those.
You don't have it?
Well, you and I are the same. I mean, our business is, we're in the talent, we're in the creative end.
Yes.
See, to me, there's a huge difference between being creative and knowing business. And a great coach has a great business sense, and could be most of these guys could be very good CEOs.
Right.
You and I, forget about that.
You know
Robin
what
could
you
be a
should
CEO.
do, but you don't know what those other guys should do.
Right.
Yeah.
And nor do I want to, have to go there 16 hours a day and and watch and be responsible for all of these people.
When you watch these games, do you ever say to yourself, "I can't believe how dumb this coach is"? Like, do you really see idiots?
Well, what you see decisions that would be classified as dumb, but then
What is the big decision?
Well, yesterday wasn't in that Atlanta game. Was that a dumb decision?
As it turns out, that's the great thing about sports. The guy made a call. The coach of Atlanta went for it on 4th down in overtime. Didn't work. But, that's one of those things. Oh, what an idiot he is a day later. But if it works, what
He's
a genius.
A hero, yeah.
What guts this guy has and all that.
So you don't feel the guy is an idiot?
No, I know him. And, I mean, he made a call. He made a call that he thought was right, and it turned out to be wrong.
Right.
These guys are making a million decisions a week.
What's going on with the NBA?
They ain't playing at the moment.
Who do you side with? I always side with the players because I think talent gets screwed.
What is the deal? 50-50 is not good enough? What's going on there?
It reaches the point, at the end of the day, it's like who has, speaking of the bigger, right? That's what it comes down to.
Right.
Who wants, I mean, they're close enough, and football was close enough, and then people are going, well, what is this all about at the end? And I think you lose sight of the bigger picture.
I haven't asked Stephen a question in a while. When you witnessed their sex, your parents having sex, how long did it go on for? I mean, can this guy hold out in the sex?
Stay there.
No, who knows? He knows.
I only saw about a second of it, but it lasted a lifetime in my case.
It's still going on.
Was your mother making noise?
Yeah, there you go.
Nothing, right? She was quiet. She was quiet as could be.
Lupe, yeah. You have any clips of that?
Was she quiet or was she noisy like Little Lupe?
I think I'm going to go a little quiet.
A little bit quiet.
Yeah.
Sorry, Al. That's not.
She was gay.
Well, that's quite a story. It's unbelievable. Well, listen, Al Michaels, I love you. I don't know why. I don't know why it's been so long. Between visits.
I just haven't. I don't get to New York that much.
All right, listen, you're a busy man. If you're not around, Steve, you come in. Somebody should be here representing the family.
We need to be here on a regular basis.
Watch Al Michaels on Sunday Night Football. Sunday nights, 8:20 on NBC. Al says if the rumors are true that I'm on America's Got Talent, he says the show's not big enough for me.
Wrong move.
Right.
Not wrong move, Steve.
Howard, don't do that. I'm telling you right now.
Steve, Steve, what do you think? America's Got Talent? Yes or no? Should I do it or not?
No, I think that'd be jumping the shark a little bit.
Jumping the shark. Don't do it. Don't be on the show.
No.
It would be a bad career move.
Mm-hmm. Keep doing what you're doing.
What do you need it for? What do you? I mean, really? Why?
Because I need to find talent. Listen, first of all, these rumors. Every time a judge disappears from a show, they mention my name right away.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
now,
yeah.
I first of all, if in fact America's Got Talent really wanted me for the right deal, I would be terrific as a judge.
You'd be fantastic.
Now, why would I be terrific? Because I really am serious about finding talent. I could offer something. I don't clown around. You hire me to do a job. I do the job. I'll find you some talent. I'm not going to find you some guy who's a Frank Sinatra impersonator.
The reason I think he should do it is because he's watching the show anyway.
I might
as well work.
I might as well get paid.
You can watch the show on your couch in your underwear, but I mean, to actually work on the show, you got to go there, get dressed, do the whole thing, blah, 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 do the interviews.
How hard could it be? I mean, you sit there and
what
you
do you need it for? You getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning? I heard you the other day. You're tired of getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so now what are you going to do?
If I'm a judge, would you audition as a singer? Can you sing it?
Of course I would.
You would.
Of course I would. Let's lock the door and throw away the key. Ba ba boom boom.
Yeah. Well, you should have done that for your son. Busy with that wife of yours. Good for you. You're very macho. What is it? Okay, Ralph. Real quick, Ralph wants to talk to you. Go ahead,
Ralph.
That's right. Go ahead.
Hey, you and Collingsworth are great Monday Night Football, but
Sunday.
Sunday Night Football.
Sunday night.
Yeah, but I do miss you guys on Monday. It was like it was so classic, and ESPN commentators just blow. It's not the same. It's just awful. But what I'm wondering, how come you're not? Is it an NFL rule that you can't say who you pick? I mean, I know what you're saying, like you don't want to put it out there, but like when Collingsworth does Inside the NFL, he won't say who he's picking on Sunday night.
In other words, you don't make a prediction on games.
No, I mean, to me, it's worthless. You know what some shows do? Collinsworth feels, and Phil Simms is on that show too, and he doesn't pick the game that he does.
What's the point anyway? You're going to watch the game, and you'll see who wins.
Watch the game. Well, but and then some fans think, "Oh, he's against our team." It depends. The smaller the city, the crazier they get with the announcers. And we are, we're the messengers, so we're the ones that get slain. Their team stinks, we stink.
Ralph, is Al Michaels the best announcer?
Al Michaels is excellent. Actually, I don't know anybody better.
Wow,
You're
from
my man.
Ralph. From Ralph.
From Ralph.
From a guy who knows nothing about sports.
There you go.
All right, another quick question because Al's on a very busy schedule with his son. Go ahead, Jim.
Not really, but
I know. I'm just trying to make it sound like you got something going on. All right, Jim, go ahead.
Hey, Al, do you consider Boomer Esiason the biggest jerk you worked with on air?
Your son is nodding yes.
Oh.
Steve, why? He is. He's saying you consider Boomer Esiason a jerk. Is it right, Steve? True.
Is Boomer a jerk?
Not to get you in trouble.
No. No, I had him for a couple of years early in his career, and I did the best I could to help him.
Why will your son say? Your son obviously knows that you think he's a
Boomer went out, blasting me, and still does from time to time.
Yeah, he does.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know. They do a show on New York. And I heard them one morning talking about that he just doesn't get along with Al Michaels. And to the point where he's not even going to talk about it anymore.
How do you not get along with Al Michaels? I don't understand. What's the rub between you two? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. So, hey.
You like him.
Hey, Howard, I've worked with 100 different animals.
Are you going to say fuck Boomer right now?
Not
Steve,
not even
do you ever hear him
serious.
curse? Do you ever hear him say anything?
Oh, yeah.
He does?
Sure.
Oh, at home he's a monster.
Absolutely.
Right. How often did he beat you?
Only a few times in the belt.
Oh, get out of town.
Did he use a belt on you? Do you ever pull your pants down and use a belt?
No.
Never.
No belt.
But you've heard your father say words about Boomer. Right?
A few times.
Do you get angry when someone criticizes your father? I mean, he is your dad.
I think it's only been Boomer.
Right.
Yeah.
Does he ever badmouth the GIF?
No.
Never.
No,
Okay. All right. That's nice.
Yeah.
Jim, quickly, a quick question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Also, Al, did you see Gary's shitty ass first pitch?
At Shea Stadium that time?
Yeah. Did you see
on YouTube?
You saw Gary's pitch?
Absolutely.
What? Here it is again. We've seen it many times. Here's Gary. A guy. He should have been able to do it, right? I mean, it's one of the worst first pitches ever, right?
Gary was probably very nervous. I'm not sure
Here it
Gary,
is. Here's
Gary
the wind
warmed up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe he was trying to deck the guy. I don't know. You're right-handed. You throw inside or a right-handed batter, I guess.
Do you ever throw a ball? I mean, it's not that hard,
Do I
right?
throw a ball?
Yeah, do you know how to do it?
I have, yeah.
Have you ever seen a man throw a ball? And he's coaching children
like
on
that? That's an errant toss. That's the way I would look at it.
That's right. Steve at home was out secretly laughing at that a lot, and he just doesn't want to say anything.
A little bit.
What was more traumatic, seeing Gary's pitch or your parents make love, Steve?
That's kind of a time.
Well, anyway, listen, the great Al Michaels and his son Steve. And what are you working on now, Steve? You got any projects coming up that I need to know about?
We're still recovering from the Kennedys, but yeah, we've got a number of...
that was you took a beating on that one, right?
We did. No, actually, we didn't. It was great. The History Channel was tremendous. And
right.
Yeah.
They were originally going to run it on network television. And
the
they
History
took it
Channel
off.
people, they were heroes in this thing, by the way. Yeah. 100%.
Who were the people that got the Kennedy story off the air? Let's be honest. Who was it?
I'll go with Caroline and Maria, off the record.
Off the record.
Off the record.
Yeah, perfect place to be off the record.
They were friends in high places that didn't
You're
want to.
saying that whatever the take was that you had on the Kennedys, Caroline Kennedy and Maria Shriver somehow got together and put pressure on who to take it off the air?
That's my guess. Listen, we weren't involved in all those decisions, but it certainly seemed that way. I mean, that's how the story was told out there.
What network ran? Was it
the Reels Network, who have also been tremendous.
Right.
Stan Hubbard.
Stanley Hubbard, right.
It was originally going to air on ABC, am I correct?
History Channel.
History Channel.
Right. Which is run by ABC Cable.
Right. And so someone picked up the phone and got that thing off there.
They did.
Were you ready to hang yourself after doing all that work?
It wasn't great, but then we found our savior in Reels Channel. They finally put it on the air for us.
All right. And as soon as I learn where the Reels Channel is, I'll watch it.
It's with a Z.
Who is the worst person?
Somewhere.
Who is the worst person in the Michaels family? Caroline Kennedy or Boomer Esiason? Al, you first.
Me?
Yes. Who do you dislike
I
most?
love everybody. At this point, Howard, come on. At this point
Steve,
in
who's
my
worse,
life,
Boomer or
great.
Caroline?
They've both been a lot of fun.
All right. Well, that's sad. You see, there's a lot that goes on we don't know about.
Yeah, But, hey, look, it's at a certain point in your life, it's just.
I always care.
You do care.
That's right.
You're too on top of this stuff.
I always hold.
I love
right.
the way you cut. Howard cuts right to the nub of it.
Oh, yeah.
He knows exactly what's happening on
Gets
the
right
inside
in
of
there.
of
What
everything.
Like a
else?
surgeon.
What else
But
do I have
Robin,
to
you
do?
are the Robin. I just love. I cannot tell you how much I love Robin.
Well, who doesn't love Robin? She's America's sweetheart.
She is America's
I don't
sweetheart.
think Boomer Esiason.
Watch Al
Robin,
Michaels.
You're going to live to be 190 because you love to laugh, and I mean your laugh makes me laugh.
Oh, thank you.
You're just the greatest.
Watch Al Al Michaels on Sunday Night Football, Sunday nights at 8:20 on NBC. And Steve is trying to figure out what to do after the devastating loss of his Kennedy special that went on something called the Reels Network, who were real heroes.
Was this better than talking about Lyme disease for 20 minutes?
Yes, I loved it. I love seeing you. All right, we'll be back right after these words. The great Al Michaels and his son, Steve.
It's been way too long. Oh, my God.
I was going to bring it up, but does Peter King have a beef with you as well?
No, that was years ago.
Howard,
that was great, man.
Thank you for coming in.
Oh, my God.
I left your mic. Thank you. I apologize.
No.
Did he say something while the mic was open?
Yes, he did.
Good to see you.
The
I'm so glad you came back. We missed you.
Yeah.
Steve, you made your debut in historic fashion.
A lot of fun.
Do you regret breaking that story?
It's not going to go great for me, probably. Yeah. But, Howard can get anything out of you, right?
Right.
You know what?
Exactly.
People knew that, though. People knew that.
That's true.
This wasn't an exclusive?
Well, it had already been written.
No,
so.
it's been written.
In the trades. The trades got it. The trades got it right.
Well, no, just confirmed it.
Mr. Michaels.
They got it right.
Now, when I think about primetime football, your name is the first that comes to mind.
Right.
What makes Howard equally as legendary in his own craft?
Well, he's the king of all media because he is the king of all media. He's the greatest of all time. He's got an energy every day. It's fantastic. You can tune in anytime. Doesn't matter when it is. Doesn't matter how Howard feels. And you're going to laugh like crazy. That's what I love.
You absolutely love the show. I mean,
Are you kidding me? I'm going all the way back. I found him. I discovered him before Howard was Howard. So it's great. It's like he was auditioning for America's Got Talent, and I was judging, and I found him. That's the way I look at it.
Great seeing you, Mr. Michaels.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Big day today. Chaz Bono coming by. Anxious to talk to Chaz. See what's happening.
Now, you will stay in the male pronouns when you're talking
Absolutely.
to Chaz?
I'm not like his mom. I understand he wants a certain respect, and he wants to be called him, and that's it. I go along with it. Listen, whatever anyone wants, I do.
You're easy.
I'm easy that way. I mean, who cares? That's the problem.
Cher just forgets. When you raise a daughter, I mean, you only know Chaz for how long?
Well, listen, I grew up knowing Chaz. I mean,
But you weren't involved with Chaz every day.
I was actually, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes. Every day. I'm very close to the Bono family.
Morning, Chaz.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Not bad, thanks.
Good.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Are you looking forward to this appearance? Here, right this way, you can just follow me.
Yeah, I am, actually. Thank you much.
Do you know about how Howard's been sort of championing your cause on Dancing with the Stars?
I've heard that, yes.
Are you a fan as well, or what do you know about Howard?
The truth is, I haven't really listened to Howard that much because I don't know if Sirius. I used to listen to him before.
Mm-hmm.
And I also was a big fan of his movie, actually. I love his movie, so I think it should be fun.
Cool. I'll see you in the studio.
Okay.
All right.
Chaz Bono is most recently on Dancing with the Stars. She's famous for like 20 different reasons, especially the whole Sonny and Cher thing. And she's here.
Did you say she?
He.
I
fucked
knew
up.
you'd do it.
I fucked up already.
You were so good before he was here.
There is Chaz. I feel like I know you. I watch you on
Chaz
every
looks
show.
like he's walking to death row. What?
Chaz, do you feel like you're in death row or something? No, it's all right.
Should I?
No, be comfortable, please.
Okay.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
It's weird seeing you because I've been watching you on Dancing with the Stars. Then
Yeah.
I watched you on the Oprah thing, the
Right.
documentary. I feel like do people feel like they know you?
I think they do, yeah.
And I think
Well, we feel like we watched you grow up, of course.
What, you're like segregated in a booth. What's that
Absolutely.
about?
We believe in segregation.
Okay.
On
Well, with all that testosterone throwing through your
I
male
don't
body,
wanna be in there.
I didn't want you near Robin. I didn't know how you could handle it.
I can handle it, I think.
You know, it's so funny when I hear you talking about testosterone and how it really has changed you. It is a fascinating experiment in a way because not that many people get to experience that.
No.
Both the life with estrogen and the life with testosterone.
It's true. I mean, I think, I have insights that, most people just don't have.
Yeah, because when you said, this really hit home for me. You said, I started taking testosterone and I realized how yappy women are. Like it never hit you before. Like you used to be able to tolerate all of that.
Stuff rolled off my back a lot easier before. Is what I'll say.
I remember in the documentary even that your girlfriend said, you
well,
were...
she's, she will drive any man crazy.
Right.
So,
she's yappy.
She talks constantly. I mean,
and you found before the whole testosterone thing that you could really understand her feelings a little better and listen to this talk.
I could tolerate it.
You could tolerate it.
I mean, I never, I was never a terribly emotional person, but stuff just really rolled back off my back easily. Yeah. And now it's a little, sometimes I'll just be like, honey, do you ever not stop talking just for a little while?
Well, I think about it too. Like I'm trying to think of all the things that testosterone
would be different. Yeah.
Like do you find yourself like? Did you used to be? I was talking to my wife about this. I don't know if you met her out there, but
I did.
I said, I'm gassy. And like I have to run out. And do you find yourself being less sensitive to that? You just blast one out, and
I am a little less sensitive to that stuff. I mean, I remember, kind of early on in my transition, and I went to see a Broadway show here, and I was in the bathroom during intermission, and the guy next to me was farting so loud. I literally started laughing because I was thinking a woman would have to be dying to do that in a public bathroom. Just like absolutely dying. And this guy had no problem.
I mean, I go to men's room. Now listen, I was born a guy.
Right.
I cannot take when these guys are shitting in a men's room. I would much rather go to the ladies' room.
Well, sometimes it's really amazing to me because they will describe, the guys are making noises. And, like that is something women just wouldn't do. They'd wait to be home.
Absolutely.
So you're getting to experience all of these different changes. I was thinking about you coming in, and I said, the thing that I think probably people don't realize about you the most and actually, before I even tell you that, this whole Dancing with the Stars thing.
Yes.
I was so disgusted, and I've had Keith Abelow on the show many times. Dr. Keith Abelow. I've had him on the show many times.
We even had him on the show after that.
Yeah, he seemed like a pretty reasonable guy, And when he came out, here's an educated guy and stuff. He's on TV a lot. And he comes out and he goes, I don't think Chaz should be on Dancing with the Stars. He's going to turn everybody gay and all of this shit. I became very offended. I became your biggest offender because this is offensive to me.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, what is this like? When you announced Dancing with the Stars, did people make death threats?
I got a couple on Twitter. I got some death threats.
Yeah. Did you expect it, or were you?
I was expecting a little something, of course, but it turned into something that I didn't expect. And then, kind of on the opposite side, the positive response as a result of that, I never expected.
Wow.
So it was like suddenly me being on this dance contest turned into something much bigger.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It is bigger because I was saying, gee, it's going to be interesting when Chaz goes on Dancing with the Stars because you rely on America's votes.
Right.
And if you read the newspapers and the reaction to you going on the show, you would think you would get 3 votes because a middle America would have said, fuck you, Chaz. No way we're voting for you. And lo and behold, you weren't the greatest dancer, but America put you through because they felt something for you, right? You became a sympathetic person to them.
Yeah.
That's shocking to me. In the same way that we have a black president is shocking to me.
Right.
I think it was kind of shocking that you even got votes. Were you anticipating getting thrown off the first week?
You know, I mean, I really hoped I wouldn't. That's like, you know, your worst nightmare.
Right.
But I didn't. I really didn't. You know, plan on being around forever.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, I was thrilled, and it really, you know, if anything, it's really spurred me on to really do my best and put everything into it, because I was overwhelmed by the response that I got from people.
You say after you were on Dancing with the Stars and your mother showed up that week to Dancing with the Stars, that your relationship with her got better. And I thought, that's sad. You agree with that statement? I feel like, is that what it takes? Yeah, because is that what it takes to get a mother's love?
No, I didn't. No, I think you're what I meant was that I think that we had something that we could kind of relate to professionally, because she's a performer. I've written books and I, give talks and stuff like that, but and in activism, but she doesn't do any of that. So here was something that like we could kind of bond on a certain level that hadn't.
It was a
before.
common experience.
It was a common experience.
Did she give you advice?
She didn't really give me advice. What she did, which was amazing, was about week 2, I got my knee and my ankle got injured, and so she sent over all the physical therapists and stuff that she works with when she's touring to come over and work on me, and it totally got me through the show. All
right, when I think about your life, and this is just a way outsider's view.
Okay.
I was one of those guys sitting there watching Sonny and Cher Hour every fucking week, seeing you come running out, and you were dressed like Cher and all that, and all that stuff. When I think about the reality of your life, when I was a little kid, I'd say, "Oh wow, how cool to be Sonny and Cher's kid," because wow,
you get to be on TV every
week. You get to be on TV, get money and this and that.
Right.
The reality is, I don't know if did you see the Joan Rivers documentary?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Okay, I think you should see it.
I've heard it's great. So
when they interview Melissa, Joan Rivers' daughter, she says, "Listen, it wasn't easy being Joan Rivers' daughter. She was married to her career.
Right.
She was in love with show business. I was definitely a second thought. That's just the way it is when you're the child of someone in show business.
Right.
The narcissism level is off the roof. It's off the hook.
Right.
And you're really not the most important thing in their lives. That was that kind of vibe. She didn't put it that way. I feel like in seeing all the interviews with you, if you have anger over this, I would imagine your anger, and even when you went to drugs and all that other stuff, I would think you would be angry for not being first in your parents' life, not just your mom.
Right. At a certain point, I think you just accept that, and that's how I grew up, with both of my parents having this huge career that was a priority, and it was.
Did you feel abandoned?
Did I feel abandoned? No. I was, the way that I dealt with it was I just tried to kind of be as little trouble as possible, and it took
stay out of the way, so to speak.
Stay out of the way and just let them do. And my dad, wasn't. By the time they got divorced, and I was, getting a little older, and I don't have any memory of them together. Right. My mom's career was taking off. My dad's didn't really. So I was actually, the time that I spent with my dad was much more, quote unquote normal kind of stuff.
And your dad was more accepting of your sexuality, and yet the last year of your dad's life, you did not talk to him. And I understand why. Your dad was a politician at that point.
Right.
He came out against, I think it was gay marriage.
Yep.
Like he had a chance to make an impact with gay marriage.
Right.
And you said, you know what? Fuck you. I cannot talk to you. Because how can you do this? I am your daughter at that time. You were a daughter. And you said, I'm gay, and you're voting against my rights?
It wasn't quite as strong as that. But here's the thing. I think we both... I was angry. I was pissed off. And I had done an interview with him. I was writing for The Advocate at that time. And so I interviewed him, and he said that he didn't have any problem with gay marriage during this interview. And I heard later... from another congressman that he told me my dad probably got a lot of flack for that interview when it came out.
Right.
And so then he comes out and he co-sponsored the Defense of Marriage Act, and that's what really bothered me. I knew that he would probably have to vote for it, and there's a certain amount of politics, which is why politics is so messed up that you have to follow the party line and everything.
Right.
But the fact that he took the extra step and co-sponsored it is what really pissed me off.
Well, it was like a personal smack in your
Yeah.
face. You took it that way. You
I
took it
took it that
personally.
way. And
You
then-
don't have to co-sponsor the goddamn bill.
Exactly. You don't have to co-sponsor it. So
Did he ever talk to you about it ahead of time and
No.
say, listen,
that was kind of the bad thing. I mean, both me and my dad at that time were not really confrontational people. We were kind of, emotional wimps.
Right.
So instead of just talking about it and, having it out or agreeing to disagree or whatever, we just didn't talk, and then he passed away.
so is that like a great regret of yours, or do you put it in its proper perspective? You were absolutely right to be angry about that.
I think it's both. I mean, I was absolutely right to be angry about it. I mean, you can't help your emotions. I wish that I'd handled it differently.
Did you go to the funeral?
Of course.
But was that weird? Did anyone come up to you and go, you weren't even talking to your dad. You gave him great heartbreak and blah, 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 blah.
No, not
No one
at
laid a
all.
trip.
No. Everybody was really nice, and it was, so at the time I did. But it wasn't just me. I thought both of us, what a stupid thing we did, and
right.
And
Takes two to tango.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, God, we should have just, talked. What a stupid thing. But it changed, it changed my relationship and how I viewed things. And when Mary took over his seat, I have always since we leave politics. I mean, we'll
You
talk.
still in touch with Mary?
Oh, we're very close.
Well, they have, he has siblings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So we, though we'll talk politics sometimes, never do we let it get heated or
Did you
anything.
think it was weird when your mom got up and gave the eulogy for Sonny? I mean, they had been at each other's throats. They could barely even look at each other. And then all of a sudden, I understood the emotion. He was the guy who sort of brought her out of her shell and all that.
Right.
But was it weird for you sitting there watching your mom carry on at the funeral?
No. I mean, in truth, I was the one who told my mom, and I wasn't really expecting.
You told her that Sonny was dead?
Yeah.
They said, listen, Chaz, you better be the one to tell her.
No, not even that. No, Mary called me and told me, and I was like, okay. And I was like, well, I got to let my mom know. She was in England at the time, and I actually called my aunt, her sister, to get a number there. And my aunt was like, she's going to be really upset. Do you want me to tell her? And I thought, no, it's no big deal. I'll tell her.
Right.
And I told her, and she fell apart on the phone.
Right.
And really, for me, it was the first time that it hit me how much my parents meant to each other and how much at one time they really loved each other. So for me, it gave a lot of closure, actually.
Because they were so bitterly, as much as they cared for each other, it was such bitterness.
They went back and forth. Sometimes they got along great, and there were times where when I was growing up where my mom would go and hang out with my dad at his house in Palm Springs, and and then
so that's confusing in a way.
And then they
have a blow up.
And they have exactly.
Yeah.
So
would you have preferred they just were either angry with each other or civil with each other,
like
one way or the other?
One.
The confusion is the hard. I ask that because there's a lot of people in divorces.
Right.
They're all trying to be have the perfect divorce and all this. Maybe it's more confusing, the perfect divorce.
The good thing about both of them is they, growing up and really until I was in probably my teens or whatever, neither of them ever spoke a bad word about the other one.
Right.
So, that was good.
I wonder, they always say that's good. And sometimes I
good,
fantasize, maybe it's good to just be straight with your kids and say, you know what, your mother is a fucking pain in the ass.
But she's not a pain in the ass
Maybe she
necessarily
was.
to her kids.
Who knows?
No. Actually, I mean, my dad was a great guy, but a complicated guy. And he did have this kind of old school Italian thing with his wives, and he tried to be really controlling. And
It's funny because I think of him as like this liberal hippie running around.
I know. That's the odd
Yeah.
thing, that he wound up a conservative Republican.
Yeah.
It was
but
weird.
he was sunny.
Yeah.
I think, I think what my dad wanted to do was stay in entertainment, and I think if he could have done that, he probably would have.
You know what's weird to me? I'm thinking about this now. It's all coming to me. I'm thinking about Cher as your mother.
Yeah.
Forget about Cher, the performer. I'm just thinking your mother. Like, she leaves Sonny. Sonny basically had her like a child.
Exactly.
He did everything for her.
Right.
Suddenly, you're a kid. Your mother gets divorced from Sonny. And suddenly now she's experiencing her first childhood.
Right.
She's free from daddy.
Well, baby, and adolescence. Yeah.
And she's all of a sudden says, now I'm free. fuck this. Having, you know, I know she loved her daughter at the time. I'm saying, but oh my God, now I can go out and date. I can go out and meet men. This had to be confusing to you.
I have
First
a
of all,
huge career.
was it weird to you your mom was running around in like outrageous outfits, showing her ass cheeks? The belly, you know, was famously flat. I mean, gorgeous body. Every guy wanted to fuck her. It's like,
I think,
how weird is that for you?
You know, I mean, as a kid, I obviously that part wasn't conscious, but I do remember, like, you know, feeling weird when she'd come to school. Because she
was Cher.
She
when
didn't
she
look
came
like
to
the
school.
other mothers, you know.
Would she dress that way to school, like
no,
the tight pants?
Of course
and the...
not. I mean, not Bob Mackie gowns or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, she has
her look.
She has her look. She has her style. It didn't look like the, you know, the other moms. So
don't you think? Now I'm being dead serious.
Yeah.
Because I'm in therapy a lot. Don't you think a mother sometimes has to put aside their personal style of dress and everything and say, let me think like a 7-year-old kid or a 10-year-old kid, and let me think like, gee, maybe me showing up in a bra top isn't the best idea.
No. She never dressed inappropriately to any of those things. She just was more
She just
stylish.
stood out.
She was more stylish. And when you're a kid at that age, like, you know, grade school and everything, you want to be just like everybody else, just like the other kids.
But doesn't it get weird for you when your mom starts to go through her adolescence? You're a kid. I don't know. You were young at the time of the divorce. All of a sudden, she's with that bagel guy. I can't think of his name. Rob Camilletti. She marries Greg Allman for 10 minutes.
Right.
Has a baby. All of a sudden now you've got a brother with Elijah.
I mean, I actually begged her to have. I wanted a brother more than anything.
You did.
I did. I drove her crazy.
Are you close with Elijah?
Do you remember that marriage at all? I mean, I don't hardly remember it.
What, the Allman marriage?
Yeah, it was short.
What was it like waking up and seeing these strange guys in the house? I mean, especially Greg Allman, who is not a great conversationalist, or I can't imagine empathic with a young girl.
There were never. I mean, the one thing about, you know, my mom has this wild image. She's fairly personally conservative, and she's never done, you know, substances at all. And she was a serial monogamist, so it wasn't like there were men come. You know, she'd have a boyfriend for 3 or 4 years, and then another boyfriend. And
I often fantasize that I would meet Cher. I would go to bed with her, and then I'd be your father for a few minutes.
Be the latest conquest.
I would have been a good dad. You and I would have really
for the
bonded.
5 minutes you were there.
Well, listen, I don't hang out long. I'm not, you know.
No, I mean, look, I had some, you know, great guys that I grew up with that she went out. I mean, like, you know, Gene Simmons, who when I was a kid.
Oh God, I forgot about him.
Oh, poor you.
Well, you know,
Gene is not a great influence, Chaz.
No.
Gene is not, but you know what? He was at that time. He was great with my brother and I. I mean, really amazing.
Would you go to Kiss concerts and things like that?
Oh my God, yeah. I was a huge Kiss fan before they met. So,
explain that whole thing to me.
So
I don't get it.
That was, you know, so cool because now all my friends were Kiss fans, and now I had every merchandising thing. And
but isn't it weird? You go down to the kitchen in the morning, and Gene Simmons is making out with your mom. I mean, it's got to be surreal, Chaz. There's no way that can be a normal, even semi-normal childhood.
Well, it was probably nothing about my childhood was normal, but it was normal to me.
I mean, I'm fascinated by it.
Now, did Gene?
Just real quick, did Gene charge you for merchandise?
Oh, no.
Did you get the Kiss coffin for free?
I got it for free.
You got it for free.
Yeah, I know. I know. He likes to charge for about everything now. But,
cheapest guy on the planet, right?
Totally.
Yeah, but I mean, Cher probably had to pay for everything.
No, but he was. I mean, he was incredibly generous with me. Actually,
he was.
He really was. Yeah.
Well, I'm still trying to get a sense. Did you live at home every day? Were there nannies? Were there? I mean, who did the actual? Who made breakfast?
What was the setup?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, when I was with my dad, no, there weren't because he was around. So when I was with my mom, I had a nanny and there was a cook and
I imagine the
Did you go to boarding
great.
school? Because Elijah told us he went to boarding school.
No, I didn't go to boarding school.
Okay.
But I did.
You might have been better off.
I might have. I did. I went to school here in New York in performing arts, which then turned into LaGuardia.
Which is weird. I always had the vibe with you that you weren't into performing, that you were pushed onto the stage when you were a kid.
I was, as a kid.
And I think Dancing with the Stars for you was the hardest thing because I don't really think you want to be a performer. I just feel like it's almost expected of you.
No, not really. I mean, I was really into acting and was a drama major. And
I remember you had a band for a while,
and I had a band for a while.
I remember the
Were you guys any good or was it bullshit?
No, I think we were actually pretty good. It's just we came out... our record came out right as the industry changed, right as grunge happened, and so
that was it.
And that was it.
Did you write your own music?
Yep.
But what would have happened now? Just imagine this music career takes off. You're a woman.
That would have been a nightmare.
Yeah. Now you want to become a man?
Would have been a nightmare. It was. I mean, the time that I spent in the record industry actually was horrible because I was expected to, the most of my life look and act like a girl, and it was torture. It really was.
So getting back to this, I've had your brother Elijah Blue on the show. He was great.
Was he?
Oh my God.
He's kind of out there.
He's out there, and
do
he's
you
very
two
honest.
get along? Are you close?
We do. I mean, he's a weird guy. We're really different,
I get the
We're really
vibe
different
that
people.
you two have nothing to
We've
do with
nothing
each
in common.
other.
No,
Yeah.
we do. I mean, I'm his big brother. I was his big sister. He comes to me when he needs something. Generally, I mean, that's the truth.
Right.
When he needs me to help talk my mom into something he wants, or he needs support, or whatever. And
So is he living? In other words, he's had a difficult time transitioning from dependent child to a grown man. In other words, he's still dependent on your mom for a living.
Yeah.
And that's the worst feeling in the world.
Absolutely.
Why do you think he can't move on? Why is your mom vested in him staying a child?
No, I don't think so at this point. I think he's just it's just been hard for him. I mean, it is a really hard way to grow up, and it is hard to make the transition because you're living in this reality that isn't reality. And so,
But did you ever say to your brother, go get your own thing? Just go. I know he's into music and all that.
Right.
Why don't you just go study medicine or something? Go be a doctor. Get out of the business.
Be a school teacher.
Yeah, this isn't working. Do you ever say?
I've talked to him. I talk to him a lot. I mean, I don't care what he does. I want to see him happy and thriving.
Right.
So.
And Greg.
Does he have like relationships, and does he have like a girl?
He fucked Bijou Phillips, he told us, didn't he, or something?
I don't remember.
I think he probably told you everybody he fucked.
He had a list. Maybe it wasn't Bijou Phillips. It was somebody. I don't remember the interview.
Maybe Paris Hilton or something. I think he said.
This kid's fucked everybody.
He has, actually.
Do you ever get envious? Do you get penis envy of your brother?
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah.
Because girls just, it's amazing to me. I'm like, do they actually talk to the guy? Because that's not. But the girls just love him. So.
Well, it's true. Like you say, he has no personality or a weird personality.
It's just he's just out there. I mean, he's really. My brother is, incredibly smart, but in a completely non-practical, non-street smart
It's not
way.
doing him any good.
It's doing
Right,
no
it will
good.
never do him any good.
Yeah.
And Greg Allman, he's nowhere to be. Is he involved with Elijah at all, or anyone?
I think not to a big degree, and I think there have been times where they've been close enough. But no, Greg is kind of.
Do you hate him?
No, I don't hate him. I think
he tore your mother up, right? I mean, he came into the house, he created complete chaos. He was a heroin addict.
He was a heroin addict. My mom didn't. I mean,
I don't know how she couldn't have known.
She didn't know.
Does your mom?
If you knew my mom, you'd know how she couldn't know.
But does your mom have horrible taste in men? Honestly.
No. There's been some really great guys she's dated. So.
And did you want to shake her and say, "Mom, the guy's a fucking heroin addict. What are you doing to our life?"
No, he's a heroin addict.
Yeah, but you knew he was strange.
He did. I mean, one time he did. He picked me up from school once, and got lost on the way home, and we ended up home about, I don't know, probably 10 or 11.
Oh my God!
What time did you start out?
Well, he picked me up at 3
o'clock.
3 o'clock. Exactly.
And you got home 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
and all you were doing was going home.
Right.
We were trying to go home. I mean, that freaked me out because it was the first time I'd seen a grown-up not in control, and he kept asking people, do you know how to get back to Malibu? Can you finally
oh my goodness.
Finally
So
some
he was
guy
high.
said, and finally some guy said, I'm going that way, follow me. And then we stopped at the Chart House bar, and we were there for a few hours.
Oh my goodness, he took you to the bar?
Yeah, he did. And
Did he get wasted?
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
And then by the time we got home, I mean, my mom, of course, was
livid,
completely panicked, and it was way before cell phones or anything. So.
And there was probably no approaching the guy either. She's like, "Hey, you just put my daughter in danger." This and did you go to your mom and say, "Hey, listen, this fucking guy just put me in danger"?
No, unfortunately, I wasn't that kid. I was, sitting at a table in the Chart House, scared, but not going to say anything.
You were the good soldier. In
I
other
was.
words, you're not going to sit and make waves.
Never.
Because you didn't feel secure enough, right? And your mother's world, it was like, hey, just, you know what, go along for the ride and don't be a complainer.
And those two behemoths were now going to go at it. You didn't need to be in the middle of that.
Do you think your mother knows you? I mean, really knows who you are?
Not as well as other people.
Right. Because...
I noticed in the documentary, you know, the relatives who seemed closest to you were not Cher.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the transition was definitely the hardest on her, and I mean, I think slowly she's become more and more comfortable. But no, at first it was you know, she had a really hard time.
It's really weird when I think of that video. Where your mom's in the stockings and she's on the ship and her ass cheeks and the tattoos are on her ass.
Yeah.
And you know, I think when I was a young man, I thought of you. I go, what does the kid think of this? You know, I didn't know you.
Well,
I was
at the
just like,
time, I thought of Elijah. I was like, what does a kid think of his mom shaking her ass?
And then I thought of myself and I went, I'm on TV as Fart Man.
Yeah.
I wonder what my kids are thinking.
You had a problem of your own.
Yeah, right. I'm wondering, like, you know, I could have been way better about that, too. So it is a learning experience. And I'm not even, like, putting your mom down. I mean, I understand that world. But I just think of you and how difficult it might have been for you, you know?
I mean, I think the truth is that, you know, for any kids of really famous or, you know, parents who are at the top of their industry in any way, it's a hard way to grow up because you really are, you know, kind of second to that. I mean, you know, and especially, you know, in show business, the business of celebrity is it's
and
its
you're
own
also
thing.
famous, and you don't know why.
Right. Yeah.
Do you feel competitive with your mom in that sense? Like, oh, gee, like for a couple of years, like I got to get famous too. You didn't feel
I got to
that
be
way.
famous in my own right. I'm tired of being Cher's daughter.
That, I mean, you know, I felt like I wanted to carve out my own niche for sure, but it was never like a competition. It's just I really hoped someday people would see me as something more than just their kid. So
Chaz, did you ever enjoy being a girl? Ever? Was it ever fun
Never.
for you? It
No.
just sucked.
Even as a little girl, you felt something was wrong.
As far back as I have memory, I felt something was wrong. Yeah.
Do you you probably went to school with a lot of famous kids and stuff.
A few, not a ton.
Jennifer Aniston one of being one of them.
well,
Jennifer Aniston didn't grow up there, did she?
I went to high school with Jen.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So when you're growing up and everything, you were pretty brave about it. I mean, you came out pretty early on, right? I mean, the kids in school knew you were gay, like 13 or something like that.
High school.
High school.
My friends knew, yeah.
And no one else was out. I mean, out of your group, right? I mean, you were pretty much the only one.
I was pretty much the only one, yeah. I mean, I think I had one friend who was, you know, I'm a little bit out, but not.
Did you get tons of action in high school? I mean, did you get tons of chicks? I picture, you know, hey, look, you got the Sonny and Cher thing working for you. You know, you got the fame, you got the friends, this and that. And since you're the only one out, anyone who's lesbian wants to come over to your place and check it out.
I did. I did get the curious, you know, some bi-curious girl.
Were you a seducer?
I mean, I guess to a small degree. I'm pretty. I you know, at that point, I was pretty still unassuming. I'm a pretty like.
You fly under the radar.
Yeah, I am, and that's kind of.
And you know that about yourself.
I do.
I see that with you. You kind of come in the room, like David Arquette said he went to a party with you the other night. You kind of come in, you work the room, but you do it very slowly, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've never been like.
Did you try to bang Jennifer Aniston?
No.
Never.
Never.
Why not? Now there's a piece
Were
of
you
ass.
close? Did you? I mean,
Yeah,
did you
we
have
were tight. We were
I
absolutely.
like your guy. Now we can talk pussy.
Oh, stop it!
Why not?
There's a girl in the room.
But
Oh, you. Right. Did you have a crush on her?
I really didn't. I mean, there was a girl that I really fell hard for in high school, and
You talking about your mom's friend?
No. In my class.
your class?
Yeah, in my grade at PA. And so that took, you know, really kind of took the focus.
How old were you when you acted out on meeting a woman? Like, I imagine these girls would come on to you because they knew you were gay. And I bet you that. Do you think there were a lot of girls who were quote unquote straight who wanted to experiment?
Well, yeah, that's where I fit in.
Did that annoy the shit out of you? Like, what am I, an experiment?
No, it didn't, because I felt like I was a guy anyway. So if anything, it made it harder for me. It was interesting because in high school, I wasn't with anybody who was gay.
Right.
And most of the few people that I was with, I think, are with men now.
Did you get it on with a lot of famous chicks?
Never, not one, not a one.
No kids of a famous person.
Mm-mm.
Oh, poor you.
I know.
I mean, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of action are you getting?
It's terrible.
What's your type? Your present girlfriend, almost wife, I would say.
Right.
Very hot, very femme, super femme.
Yeah, I mean, like a normal girl.
But he's a guy.
She's hot, your girlfriend, I would say.
You. Yeah.
But you're saying super femme, like a guy wants a feminine woman.
Yeah.
She's super femme.
Super femme. What does that mean?
I like her.
More feminine than Robin.
I find her attractive.
She is an attractive girl.
And she sticks by you thicker. I figured she'd dump you once you became a man, for sure. Because she's into girls.
She's bi.
She is bi.
Yeah.
She claims she likes you better as a man. In terms of physical appearance, she likes you better as a man than as a woman. You shocked by that?
No.
I am. I can't figure this whole thing out.
No.
You're confused.
I'm on the sidelines really confused over there. She cleared it up for me.
No, she's been with men and women her whole life. So.
You ever been with a guy?
Once.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How old were you?
17.
Was it gross?
It was just kind of nothing.
Poor you.
It was just kind of nothing.
You met some dude and you said, were you attracted to the guy?
No, not at all.
You
No,
said, listen,
honestly,
were you trying to say, I'm going to convince myself to be straight?
You know what it really was? I was so sick when I was young, and I would come out to people, and people would always say, how do you know if you've never slept with a guy?
Right.
And I was so sick of hearing it that literally
People
that
worked
I
on you.
did it one time so that I could say, okay, I did it, and
He
it didn't
penetrated
change
you.
anything. Yeah, we had sex.
Was this someone who was in love with you? I mean, was he
No, he was a friend of a friend that I had known, and it wasn't, and that I could just do that. I could just,
And he says to you, okay, listen, I understand you want to get fucked by a guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna, I would have done it for you too.
Yeah,
How old were you at the time?
I was 17.
17. Well, maybe with our age difference, I would have gone to jail. So this guy, he's like 17.
Yeah, we went
also.
to the movies, went back, had sex, and that was
Where'd
it.
you do it?
In my, I'm in the apartment I was living in.
You take him back to the apartment.
Yeah.
He takes off your clothes. You hate your tits, the whole fucking thing.
Right.
It's a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Were you able to get wet?
I can't remember.
I remember. I remember if
Were
I
you
got
that
wet.
guy? No.
Was it painful?
Probably a little bit.
He probably tore you up a little bit because I mean with that disgusting cock of his. I can't believe this guy. Are you surprised this guy's never come forward with his story? That has to be a story.
I don't think it's that big of a. I mean, literally, it was. Yeah.
Did you make out with him?
Yeah, I didn't like the kissing.
Did you want to puke in his mouth?
I didn't want to puke in his mouth, but it was just.
You knew this is not for you.
It wasn't for me. I mean,
Yeah.
sex is sex, and sex, physically feels good, but it was just like this is wrong. This just doesn't feel right. It didn't turn me on. It was just.
All right, so clear this up for me now.
Sure.
Now you're a man.
Right.
Had your breast removed, was happy. I watched the whole operation.
Yeah.
I was in on the operation. I don't know if you knew. Well, you were out. I was in there
Did
helping.
you scrub in?
I scrubbed in. And I felt happy for you because you felt liberated. You felt that
Absolutely.
you were in the right body. Now you feel better about yourself and all that. And I say, God bless, right?
Yeah.
But now they talk about getting a penis, and you're
Right.
considering the operation. As far as I'm concerned, they are nowhere near this operation. There's no fucking way I'm letting you do this.
Okay.
Because I think you're going to not have any sexual feeling down there.
Well, there's two different surgeries.
Go ahead.
And the one that I would do is basically they use what you already have, which is grown from
Your clit.
testosterone. Yeah.
They grow out your clitoris.
It grows. Testosterone makes it grow.
How big is your clit now?
Bigger than it used to be.
The 3 inches?
Probably, yeah.
You know, I'm 1 inch and I got a cock.
And
Honest to God, Chaz.
I brought you something because I know
I may get this. Show it. You know what? This is going to sound weird to you. I'm considering getting the operation.
I know about you and
Yeah, maybe you want to be a
small
man.
dick. So
Chaz.
I brought you. This is what I
Whoa.
use.
Let me see that. What is
So
that?
this, I brought you this as a gift.
What is that?
What do you do
That
with
is
this?
called a soft pack. Now that is going to just help
Has this
you.
been used already?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
brand
It
new.
looks like a little bit like it's someone
No,
opened the
no,
pack.
no.
This is a cock.
Yeah, that's a soft pack. You stick it in your pants.
Yeah.
It's going to give you a nice bulge.
Do you do that in order to feel like because like I have a lot of people I know who are transgender.
Right.
And but the other way, you know.
Yeah, the other way.
The
Male
other
to
way.
female.
Male to female.
Mm-hmm.
And they describe when they make love, they can't stand when anyone takes off their pants. They don't want to see below their waist because they haven't had the full operation yet. And they can't stand seeing their penis because they're women as far as they're concerned.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Are you that way too? Like, shit, you know what? Now I feel like a guy, but no way I want to see my vagina.
You know, I'm not as bad probably as them because I think for me it was my bra. You know, it's a penis is really exterior; you can't miss it, and so I can imagine for transgender women, you know, it's going to be driving you crazy to have that.
But you don't want your girlfriend giving you oral down there because that would feel feminine.
Not really, because again, it doesn't work exactly like a vagina anymore. It's something in between. It really.
You're saying you have a 2 to 3 inch clit. And you can actually fuck a woman with it.
Well, no, I didn't say that.
Oh. Well, I fuck women with my 2 or 3 inches. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I got nothing down there. I think I was born a woman. I am so serious about this. Mm-hmm. So the operation, the way I understand it now, because you know more about this, you've researched it to death.
Yes, I have.
You're actually considering what you have now is fine. You could just stay like that.
Good.
And have the 2 to 3 inch clitoris.
Right.
And it feels different. It feels sort of like a penis.
It does, yeah.
And you can use it as such.
Well, you can't penetrate, but
but you can get it hard.
It does. It does. Yeah,
wow.
It does. You
now,
get
what's the second
erections.
choice?
Well, so I mean, what I will probably do, and I'll probably go to Belgrade actually, where I think
you got to go out of the country to get a good operation.
I'm glad you said that. I didn't know I didn't know what Belgrade was. I thought it was like maybe some kind of hospital or something.
Yeah, there's a doctor in Belgrade who just does this procedure the best of anywhere I've seen it. And
what's the procedure?
So they take your clitoris and basically kind of use certain ligaments and stuff, make it a little bit bigger, release it, wire it so you can take a graft from your cheek. And
why the cheek though? That would disfigure you, wouldn't it?
No, they just take a little graft.
Okay.
Of the inner skin, yeah. Of the inside.
And inside of your cheek.
Your skin,
okay, go ahead.
And they lengthen your urethra through it so you can urinate.
Yes.
And they put in testicular implants.
No shit.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to go.
Have it's going to be small.
You could believe me, I've lived that way.
But yeah, you'll be able to urinate through it, and it works.
And you'll be able to pee standing up.
And you'll be able to pee standing.
That would be a rush for you.
That would be. It would be.
I'm a guy. I pee sitting down. You know why? I'm small.
But
I get
not
pee
in
shy.
public. I'm sure in a you don't want to sit down in men's rooms.
I have to.
Bathrooms.
Otherwise the pee won't come out. I am so ashamed of what I have between my legs. You're more proud of what you have between your legs than I am. That's the sad part of all this. I mean, it's a mess.
So, and I got to just tell you, what I went through to bring you this gift was I got stopped in security.
Oh no!
At the airport
With this big rubber cock.
Yes.
Did you wear one of these before you became a man?
No, I didn't.
You never did.
No.
Like I would think maybe it'd be fun, like to walk around with it in your pants.
I
and
think
kinda...
for some lesbians or whatever, it might be fun for a second. But.
When you were transitioning, and even to this day, do you use a strap-on to simulate a penis?
I've used strap-ons before, but it
can't be satisfying.
It's not terribly.
No, I mean, because really, what are you doing?
Right.
Because you got to sit there and rub yourself while you're using the strap-on.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
I know.
It's a bitch, man. Life is not easy.
It's not.
And you are financially independent now. You don't have to go to Cher and say, "Hey, honey, give me a couple bucks here."
No, I don't, which is great.
How long have you been financially independent?
I mean, for the most part, I know, I've had to get help a couple times, but for the most part, since I guess like 96, 97.
Which is what you're trying to tell Elijah to do. Because once he gets free of mommy, it might be nice to sort of be making your own dough.
Definitely.
It's key.
It definitely feels better. I mean, before I transitioned, I was probably in the worst financial shape that I'd been in a while. And I needed a little help from her. And it felt horrible.
You had to go to her and say,
I had to go to her. And it was, I hated it.
Yeah, that's the worst.
So, yeah, I mean.
Meanwhile, if I was you, the way I'd play it, I'd be up Cher's ass every 10 fucking minutes. I'm telling you, Chaz. What is she sitting on? She's probably sitting on $200 million at this point.
You know, I don't know.
She'd be my full-time job. I would be in service.
You don't need a job. You've got a job.
Yeah, I mean, that's my job. I would hang around with her and kiss her ass all day. But I admire you. You're trying to do your own thing, and that's the key.
Absolutely.
I mean, otherwise you're a slave, and you got to answer to her every minute.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know our buddy Ron Zimmerman?
Hey, yeah, you know Ron?
Of course I know Ron.
Your mom was. We know Ron for years.
Yeah.
He was dating your mom.
Ron knows everybody.
Yeah.
Every place I go, I did Bill Maher, and everybody's talking about Ron.
Yeah.
So every time I'm around comedians, they're like, "Hey, how's Ron doing?"
Like, all of a sudden, I opened up the Inquirer one day, and Ron is there dating Cher, and I went, "How does that happen?"
Yeah.
But I think Cher dumped Ron, right?
You know, they're very on again, off again,
Right.
and so I don't. But I know they've written a couple pilots together. I think.
I think
so. They've got like projects going.
Oh,
and
good.
I mean.
You like Ron?
I do like Ron. Yeah, he's really funny. He's a nice guy.
I feel if I had met your mom somewhere along the way, I would have. I would
You'd
have
be
made love.
having pilots with her.
I would have a pilot with her. I feel like the two of us would have had sex.
I think it's possible.
I think she would have liked me. I think I would have been fun for her, but it never worked out that way. What can I tell you?
Never met.
So what's going on? You got the see Chaz Bono on Being Chaz premiering Sunday, November 27th at 8 p.m. on OWN.
Yeah.
Are they rerunning that, or is this a new?
This is a new thing.
Oh.
Yeah, this is new. We started filming it, I guess, about a month before I started doing Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
And we filmed all the way through it. So it's
a reality show.
It's a reality show. So
it's a
got
glimpse into. I'm there.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's fun. It's hard though. You know, Jen and I have been going through some stuff, and you really see it in this film.
What are we talking? Sexual?
No, not sexual.
How often are you banging your girlfriend?
You know, then I guess then
2 times a week. You are a guy.
Yeah.
You really are. You're fully a man
How
now.
long have you two been together?
You've like 8 years, right?
No, 6 years.
Yeah.
She started drinking heavily when you were going through all this?
Yeah.
Were you ready to bail out at that point? Like, I can't take this? But you had your own substance problems, right? You understood.
I understood, but it's hard. I mean, I've been sober now 7.5 years. So it's that's been, you know, for me, the hard part of the relationship is you know, writing that with her.
Is she sober now?
She is. Well, I think as she would say, she abstains from alcohol.
So if your girlfriend decides that she's going to go downtown on you, you're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Because you consider that a blowjob.
I would, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you could only blow a load through that thing, that's what they got to invent. Am I right or am I wrong? That would be the ultimate, yes?
You know, no, actually, that wouldn't, I mean...
I was thinking maybe that would be a nice thing for someone to invent.
No, just, you know, not really. I mean, I think for me, the ultimate would be able to you know, penetrate and have feeling. That would be my ultimate.
Is she allowed to put a finger in you?
No.
Exactly. Because that would break
your
spirit.
Yeah. And also, the other thing that probably most people don't know is the testosterone...
dries you up?
Yep. Exactly. So it's actually painful.
Would be pleasant anyway.
It's really,
yeah.
it's actually, it's physically not nice.
What about all these? I worry about all these drugs they're pumping into you. They said in the Inquirer, and I knew you were upset about it, that Chaz is going to be dead in 4 years because he's taken all these
total
different
speculation,
which is really an upsetting thing to have printed. True?
Yeah, just because it was incredibly like transphobic. I mean, it like talked about the high suicide rate and made it seem like if you're on testosterone, you're you know, you're at risk and all of the stuff that's just not true. And I didn't want it to scare people to think like if I transition, I'll be unhealthy, because there's you know, it's not. I mean, I in me have, you know, a normal male amount of testosterone, and so therefore I'm susceptible to all of the things that men are. But
so
I'm not
all these men are at risk.
But I'm not more susceptible, and, and actually, and now, you know, more female diseases, I don't have to worry about. So I basically traded one set of.
You still get a period?
I used to, yeah, a long time ago.
Not anymore.
I don't. Yeah, I actually had a hysterectomy, so I don't have any. But
that's beautiful.
Yeah, but I
mean, Jesus, was that the worst part of being a girl with that fucking period?
For me, it was really bad because I had really severe endometriosis, and so
oh dear.
That was it was, you know.
So you got nothing inside. You got no ovaries. You got none of that.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. So, but the testosterone, if I still had it, it would stop the period.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Yeah.
Robin, you ought to get a little. Oh, well, you've
What?
stopped your period. That's right.
Yeah, I took care of it myself.
So, are you going to sue the Inquirer for saying you're near death, or do you want them just to apologize?
I just wanted them to really apologize and clear it up because, again, it's just it was the nature of it, and.
Yeah, your mom reads that and she goes, "Oh my God, Chaz is going to die," and all this.
I don't know. I don't think. No, she actually doesn't read that stuff. But yeah, like again, I don't want people to think that if you're under doctor's care, transitioning and doing it responsibly, you're going to be okay.
How come when you get to go to Cher's house, if you're a friend of hers, she conducts everything in the bathroom? Like there's dinner in the bathroom. I know.
Do you have to go into the bathroom too?
Yeah. Do you have to meet with her in the bathroom, or is there a special place? What you have?
I've hung out with her in her bathroom.
What is that?
She
I don't
likes
know.
her bathroom.
I don't agree with that.
But no, dinner's not in the bathroom.
It's not. What is it? I mean, you go in the house, and I mean, this is a wealthy woman.
Right.
Can't she sit in the living room?
What is it in the bathroom?
She does sit in the living room, but she does.
Like you go to like say, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to become a man," and you have to sit in the bathroom and tell her this. How degrading! I mean, this is an important discussion.
Come into the bathroom.
Why don't you just say to her, "Listen, everyone else sits in the bathroom with you. I'm not buying into that." Is she on the toilet? Is that it?
No.
You ever seen your mom go to the
I-
bathroom? No. I mean, what is that?
She does. She's got like this really nice day bed with the TV.
What is
in
that?
the bathroom.
Why would you have a daybed in your bathroom?
It was huge house.
Yeah. You marvel at this, right? No wonder Elijah's going cuckoo. Poor kid.
To get out of the house.
Elijah's still living in the house, I think, with Cher, right?
No.
No, he did move out.
No,
Oh, good.
he did move out.
But, who's he banging now? Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't even know?
No, I don't.
Sid.
I mean, I think could be numerous girls. He's
Are you dying to go out, now that you're full of testosterone and you're a man, are you dying to go out and fuck tons of girls?
Not really, no.
That didn't even occur, as this transition is going along. You were already in a relationship.
I was already in a relationship.
But
yeah.
you never said, "Whoa."
Are you getting
all
hit on a
those
lot?
women look really great.
Now that you're on TV all the time, are you getting hit on a lot? I would imagine chicks are definitely coming on to you.
I get like stuff on Twitter a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
But,
You're not going to act on it?
Well, no, I'm not going to act
You are. You're a guy. You're going to go out and
Can
fuck
we
it up.
trust you, or are you
No.
going to be
He's a
just
guy.
a typical guy?
Now you're a guy. You got to be a typical guy. You're going to have to cheat. Sorry. You want to take this thing all the way? Let's go. I'll give you lessons. You're going to have to fuck around a little bit.
I mean, I did. That was one of the perks of Dancing with the Stars. Not that I fucked around, but
Right.
you get to dance with.
Were you attracted to that?
women.
Who were you with again?
I was with Lacey.
Are you surprised she is a little... Now, listen, I'm not saying she's heavy. I'm not saying she's fat, but she is a little chunky for a woman that dances that much. Am I correct?
I mean, I think that... I don't know. I think she's got a great body, personally. I mean, I like a little...
Were you
a
attracted
little
to
bit
her?
of curve. I think she's very attractive.
Could you have gotten her? Do you think you could have
I don't
seduced
think
her?
No, she's got a boyfriend that she's pretty happy with.
You didn't make any moves?
I didn't, no.
I don't believe you for a minute.
No, I
With all
didn't.
that testosterone, you didn't even like pinch her ass? Or
I didn't. No.
Did you masturbate about her?
No.
You didn't fantasize?
I have this weird thing about masturbating about women. I think of that it's kind of insulting. I don't.
Then you still have
Really?
feminine traits. You need more. You have to up the testosterone.
More testosterone
I
necessary.
do.
No, that is an honor.
I definitely, have, I think probably a lot more respect for women than the average guy. But
You're a little low on testosterone.
So,
I think you need to.
well, who do you masturbate to then?
Porn on the internet.
Yeah? Oh, well, then you're a guy.
Yeah.
You're a guy. Chaz, it's complete now.
Yeah.
You are a man. If you were my son, I would say to you,
You're
son.
proud of him.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I thought it was bullshit up until now, but now I know. What's your favorite kind of porn? Let's get real.
What's my favorite?
I'm into babysitter porn myself.
Babysitter porn.
Have you checked that out?
No, I haven't.
This
checked
is
that
where
out.
the babysitter, obviously it's not a real babysitter.
Right,
She's
I was-
over 18. I mean, I'm not Sandusky.
Right.
Are you watching a lot of football and shit now that your testosterone?
I've always liked football.
Yeah.
I haven't really been able to watch this season because I was working every Sunday. So
Yeah.
I'm really behind.
I hate it.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like football, but I haven't seen
I'm
any
the woman.
this year.
Let me tell you something. Babysitter porn. This is where the babysitter comes over.
Seduces the.
She fucks sometimes fucks the wife too.
Wow.
And I love it. What are you into? Girl on girl action, or are you into guy on girl?
No, more guy on girl. I think girl on. Yeah, I never really liked girl on girl because it's kind of fake looking to me.
Yeah, it seems a little forced.
I definitely what I like is amateur stuff better than the professional stuff because I feel like this is so fake, and that just gets in my head, and I can't enjoy it.
What's your go-to porn scenario? You have to beat off. You have to get it done quick. What is your favorite? I know I'm going right to that you porn with the babysitter. I just type in babysitter.
I like the sites that just have tons of different stuff. I think it's called Lola's Tube.
Lola's excuse me for a second. I got to write that down. Lola's Tube.
Yeah, I think it's called Lola's Tube, and it's
you got a pen?
It's got
no. All right, well, I'll get one later. Gary, write that down for me.
You can find pretty much anything.
What is the last thing you watched on Lola's Tube that you enjoyed?
What was the last thing I watched? I think it might have been. God, what was it? Can't remember.
You watch with your girlfriend, or you do it solo?
No, I do it solo.
You are a guy.
Yeah.
You're a man.
I do that solo.
Anybody who gives you any shit, you tell them to talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. You're fully transitioned.
I'll say
you're beating off by yourself.
And the
watching
computer's
porn.
like a little office nook in the kitchen. So I'll even say, "Honey, I need
Oh, you will
give me
tell
15 minutes in the kitchen alone."
I think you need to just do it, sneak off somewhere, and be private.
Well, I try to do that, but
She's watching you like a hawk.
She's at home, and it's a necessity.
You got to get the iPad. Obviously.
Right. I beat off to the iPad.
Do you?
Oh, I do. I do.
I have the iPad, and it never seems like it. At least on mine, it wasn't coming up fast enough.
Go to YouPorn, and you got Wi-Fi in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't understand the problem.
Yeah.
How much dough did you get on Dancing with the Stars? Did they pay you the usual what is it, $150 or $250? I forget. My wife got offered it, and
did she?
At the time it was like $2. What did I tell you it was?
I don't remember.
I think it's a low amount of money considering the amount of money they make on that show. That one commercial would pay a tenth of your salary.
You get a flat rate, and then if the longer you stay, you make more.
What kind of BS is that?
Let me tell you, it's a big incentive because it goes up, and you're like, okay, man, I can.
When you went on the show, right away, you take a look around at the landscape and you go, JR's winning. The guy's a war hero. He's been blown up, and he can dance. It's over. You might as well just fucking leave.
We thought JR was actually the first guy that I met, and Lacey and I, there was a spot where we could spy on other people, which we like to do a lot. And
who wants to practice when you can spy?
Yeah.
Right.
And so we saw JR early on, and we both were like, you know what, he's going to win. And
It's over. Yeah.
I really want him to win. Me
too.
He's an amazing dancer, and he is one of the just coolest people I've ever met. I mean, he's such a great guy.
Listen, I cry every day over my face, and I haven't been burned.
I know.
You know what I mean? This guy, he is unbelievable.
He's so awesome. And,
Positive.
You spend time around him, and you don't even see that that he was burned. I mean, he suddenly becomes like really handsome. He's just so, he just radiates such confidence and I don't know. He's definitely like a guy crush that I have. He's awesome.
Listen.
Yeah.
You can't have any guy crushes. We're not going that way.
The bromance.
Be like Myra Breckenridge. Now you want to go back and be a girl. That ain't happening.
No.
You're a man now.
I am.
Just stick with this. Hey, so what was that party you went to the other night with Arquette?
With David?
Yeah.
It was a Halloween party.
That was over
you were at one party and didn't you go to another?
That was Karina's party,
we were at
right?
Karina's party, and then we went to another
How
party.
bad you want to fuck her?
Karina?
Yeah.
I like
Scale
Karina,
of 1 to 10.
actually. Going into the show.
Give me a break, Chaz.
Scale of 1 to 10 with Karina.
Yeah.
Karina's cute,
You wouldn't want to bang the shit out of her?
Karina is very attractive. There are a lot of very attractive women that are on that
body
show.
on her, modern.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'd beat off to that. On my iPad.
On your iPad.
So you were over at Karina's.
So we were over at
I heard she was
Karina's.
parading around almost naked.
They're dancers.
They're free with their bodies.
They're very free. They're used to wearing not a lot of clothes.
Did you lose weight on Dancing with the Stars or
I
not?
did, yeah.
You a couple of pounds?
Yeah.
What are you doing about that? We're worried about your health.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm a real concerned guy.
Throw that in.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, seriously, what's going on there?
No, I mean, I lost some weight. I'm just trying to keep going.
My theory
Yeah.
it's sort of your passive-aggressive fuck you to Cher. You're going to parade around, your tight abs, this and that. You want me to be this skinny little girl. You know what? Fuck you. I'm going to eat my ass off.
Yeah.
What do you think of that theory?
No, I don't think it's that. I think, I've given up everything, and I'm Italian, and I like food. That's pretty much
You're
it.
enjoying your food.
Exactly.
It's like, so what? That's it. I like it.
That's pretty much it. I don't think it's
too.
I don't think there's
way
a lot
simpler.
of. Yeah, I mean, I gave up cigarettes 2 years ago, which was the hardest
thing ever.
Yeah. And I actually didn't gain any weight, but I didn't lose any either.
What was your favorite drug when you were into drugs? Heroin?
I never did heroin. No, I was prescription opiates. Always.
Oxycontin? Like Oxy
Oxys. That's what it ended up with.
Hillbilly
Oxys.
heroin.
That's right.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How many pills were you taking a day?
Man, I was, an astounding amount. At my worst, probably like 10, 11, 80 milligram oxys a day.
Well, how do you think you were able to get off it? Like most people just can't, and they just kind of are always addicts. What was the thing that changed your whole outlook on that?
I just, I didn't have like this, crazy bottom or anything. I finally just got honest with myself. I was in therapy, actually, and I was...
What'd you find out?
What I didn't. I finally got... I'd been going, and it was, like, really half-assed, and I was, like, trying to wean off, but not really. And I was just kind of going to placate I don't know who. And it was, like, the beginning of the year, and I went into therapy, and I said, I don't even know why I come here.
Right.
I don't like you. I don't want to quit doing drugs. I just want to do my drugs, and I wish everybody would just leave me alone to do them.
And then he pointed out you were being a baby, right?
No. She said, okay, so you're basically saying you just want to slowly kill yourself and push everybody out of your life. And I think just saying that aloud, when I finally said that and really hit me that, yeah, I didn't want to do anything else in my life but my drugs, it seemed pathetic. I hit my bottom. And It was like at that moment, I had that, the moment of clarity that you hear about. And I was like, oh, my God, I've got to stop this.
Was it hard getting off them? They say it's the hardest addiction.
It was hard. I mean, I went to treatment.
Yeah.
So I had, doctor weaning off. And I was just really ready. I don't know why some people can get sober and some people can't. Other than I wasted 10 years of my life being really miserable and feeling terrible, and I made a decision to not do that anymore.
You think Cher's got a will?
I would hope so.
Oh, my goodness.
She has to have a will, right?
I would hope so.
Have we ever approached her?
My dad didn't, so that was...
Yeah, Is that right? Did you see any money out of that?
Yeah, I did. I mean, all the kids, we all get a portion of his...
Oh, no kidding.
Of his songwriter royalties, which is...
That's it? Did he have any cash?
I have no idea.
It all went to Mary?
It all went to...
Son of a bitch.
So
all the fucking bullshit stories I've ever heard.
No,
How could Sonny not have a will?
And how much in royalties does Sonny have? I mean, he had. Did he write "I Got You, Babe"?
Absolutely.
He wrote "I Got You, Babe," and he owned it.
Yeah, and the beat goes on, and all of the hits. So yeah.
Oh, we're talking considerable cash money.
So that's been actually very nice and very.
To me, it's more of an FU. There's no will in the gay marriage thing. I'll tell you that. I'm still not talking to Sonny over this.
Now we're stopping talking to Sonny.
You are kidding me.
Yeah.
He should. That's very childish. You're sure Cher has a will?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Now, what do we think the distribution is going to be? I got to figure it like this. She's got a sister or something. I don't think she's giving it to... What's her name? Pepe Le Pew or something? I forget her name. Georgiana Le Pew or something?
Le Pew,
yeah.
And her mother's still here?
Yeah,
I think the grandmother can get $1 million or something like that. I'm thinking you...
$1 million?
That's it.
Nothing more?
What, for the mother? She's not going to live that long.
Oh.
Listen to me. If we play this right, I think what we're looking at is the mother load. Now, listen to me.
How do you figure?
I think it's you and Elijah. That's it.
Right.
50, and the way he's going, he's pissing her off.
Why would you do 50-50?
There might be an 80-20 split on this.
Yeah.
I'm saying in your favor. Have you considered that?
I haven't.
You know what?
No.
Do you think you'll wind up in charge of Elijah?
And you should get. And you should. No, you should get.
That keeps me up at night.
Well, you should get way more than Elijah. You're Sonny's kid. Greg was hardly put in any time. Do you think about it though? Do you think you and Elijah should just split 50-50 on this? Or do you think Elijah's responsible enough to be handed over all
That's
that
why I
kind of
say
money?
he should be responsible for Elijah.
I could see Cher's money going out the window in two minutes with him.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm sure my mom's pretty responsible, so I'm sure she's taken those kind of things into consideration.
In other words, as an executor.
I'm sure there is.
I think with you, it would be safe to say she could leave you your portion. You don't need anybody.
safe.
That would be
Yeah.
safe. You will invest it. You'll take care of it. Elijah, let's have an executor handle his money. Fair
you
enough?
don't want to be responsible. You're telling your mother right now, don't make it me.
Yeah, I don't. Well, you know, no, I don't. I don't want to be responsible. I don't.
I got to tell you, although a good argument can be made, Cher maybe should hand over some of the money now. I mean, why not? Let her see the pleasure you have with the money. What do you think of that idea?
You know, I mean, she's very. I mean, my house that I'm in now, she
purchased.
She split it with me.
Wow.
So my first house, I actually bought myself, and did really well with it because I bought it when the market was down, and I sold it right before it crashed.
Good for you.
So,
Are you a millionaire?
Well, I guess with assets, yeah.
Yeah.
But then certainly not in the bank.
but seriously, that's an accomplishment, right?
Yeah.
And you've done it with you've done it on your own accord, right?
Yeah. So anyway, so we, you know, she wanted to help me get into a better, nicer house.
Nice.
So we split the house that I live in now.
Very
And
generous.
It was very generous. So yeah, she's always been, you know, she's extremely generous.
What kind of gifts does she give?
Good ones.
Yeah?
Yeah, generally really good ones.
Have her send me a gift.
Okay, I will.
What about Oprah? Now, have you sat down with her? I mean, you know, first of all, this
You're
Oprah
doing all this stuff for OWN.
Let me tell you something. You're the only thing happening on OWN, you and Rosie. let me tell you something. And this is the truth. This Oprah, I remember when she started this network, she said, I'm not doing reality television. I'm not sinking. I think television has hit all-time low and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
10 minutes later, P.S., no fucking ratings. Who does she turn to? Let's get Chaz with the sex change. Right?
You know, we made that film independently, actually.
I see.
World of Wonder.
Okay.
And they purchased it. So I didn't make that with them.
Did you sit down with Oprah at all? Have you
met her?
I've met her, yeah.
Is she a big pain in the ass, or you were digging her?
No, she wasn't, no.
She